Lightning shell strike on episode 199 as we are talking about the Thunderbolts, Hogwarts Legacy. Cocaine Bear might make an appearance in this episode, so join us for this show.
Welcome back to another episode of the Councilmen. This will be episode. This will be our 199th episode. Today we have the usual, the four of us. We have Albert, Kelvin, Ariq, with the chin there. We got Crimson Asian chin over here. And we got Teguh, in the mossy forest. Teguh, you gotta put your camera down a little bit, man. You're literally like a drowning kid right now.
Drowning kid? That's so dark.
Did you see his camera? Just how it was just his head just right above the
Oh my god.
like other thing.
Should I join Teguh? Just do that as well.
Should we all just do that now?
No, no.
It's just
I hate it.
our
I
head.
hate the angle. I cannot. I hate that angle.
So yeah, you got the four of us. So Albert, what are we doing? What are we going to talk about today? Yeah.
We're gonna talk about movies. Ta-da! Did not see that coming.
Oh,
Actually, no, that's a
I
lie. We're gonna
never
talk
would
about
have
games
guessed.
and TV shows.
Oh,
Did
okay,
you
there
see
you
that
go.
coming? No. Okay. No, yeah, we got good stuff to talk about today. We got news of Steven Yeun's being casted in the Thunderbolts. We got some Hogwarts Legacy news. It prequel series news, and we'll talk about The Last of Us to wrap the show up as usual. But yeah, there is that, and you know what? If we have time, I have a game that I'm gonna make you guys play. I'm gonna play this game out with you guys if you have time. So I'll tease that right now. If not, then I save it for the 200th episode. Either way,
Right, I was gonna get to that. Like next week's our 200th episodes. Like, what should we do? Or at least in the chat, if you did we promise anything at episode 200?
I don't think we did. Did we?
I don't know. We say
No.
some weird stuff, man. We might have something.
I think we probably promised some merch, but maybe that's not happening.
Ariq, just put 200 on Ariel on a shirt. That's it.
Ariel. We should at least use Papyrus, on our avatar. 200th episode.
No, dude, best font, Comic Sans.
Mm-hmm.
Just writing Councilmen's 200. Comic Sense.
Yeah.
That's like
Oh.
that is like the cheapest looking thing I've ever seen. Go to Ariq's on mute. Ariq, you're on
Ariq's
mute.
muted. Yeah.
Alright, sorry, I was typing stuff. I was gonna make it like that. It just says the font, but it spells TUU and then 100, not TWO.
200.
200. 200.
Well, there we go. I think Katie Lynch is hyped for this, so Ariq, get to it.
200.
Right, Katie Lynch use AI to write the 200th episode. This is something at one point I've jokingly brought up. We should use ChatGPT to write our episode.
But how? Like, what are we supposed
I have
to do?
no
with it?
idea.
Is it
Well,
it's like a script we have to follow. Or...
Script reading,
Oh,
yeah.
Also, the ChatGPT, the free version, has like a word limit, so the show will
Yeah.
be like 2 minutes long.
No. You
We're
have to
just
keep
able to
inputting
create
it.
Something. Oh, yeah.
Keep inputting it, yeah, throughout the show.
Oh man.
All right, yeah. I guess we'll do a little bit of Q&A, a bit. I guess if you have any kind of questions, just if
We
Ariq is
gonna-
single or not, you don't know that. Maybe you want to know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We can ask like throughout the 200th episode what has been Teguh's favorite food that he's eat on while being live. We can ask him that question because
Mm.
I think he
Yeah,
eats something
right.
different every week. You know,
He eats
That's
the
how I
same
stay
thing
awake.
every week.
rubbing it in on my face where I haven't ate for breakfast and Teguh's just chowing down on every single meal. You know,
Enjoying life here.
there you go.
All right, yeah. So yeah, I guess we should get into the weekly watching stuff. But before that, oh, Albert waited this time. Nice. But before that, do the plug, Albert.
Waited. I know what to do. So yes, follow us on all our socials at Councilmen Show. That is one word, Councilmen Show, wherever you. It's either Twitter, Instagram, Letterbox. Apologies, I forgot to update the Letterbox last week. I've been putting it off because now I put quotes right from the show, so I
Oh,
gotta
that's
watch
true.
back. I gotta watch the show again to see what quotes. So I get lazy last week, so I'm gonna do both last week and this week after today's show. I promise. So follow us on Councilman Show at social media, and you can watch us either live every Saturday, like the stream team is joining right now, or you can listen to us on playback at which is the Councilman wherever you listen to podcast feed. So there is that. Make sure you go check us out on all of those. Subscribe on all of those. It does help us out, and leave a like if you're watching live right now. And Ariq will give you a free merch.
What?
Huh?
I think we'll pay
Ariq
for
is
it
like,
and hand deliver it to you.
Hand
Probably.
deliver. Yes.
Ariq will come to your house, not knock on the door, knock down the door, and then deliver it to you.
Knock down the door. All right, Albert. I hope that you have practiced for a whole week. So let's
Okay,
see
see-
your.
I realized something the other week when we were
Okay.
when we're gonna do weekly watches, right? You're talking about the music, right?
Yeah.
The song. When we were doing it last week live, does it for the most case do I sound in sync with the audio?
What?
Well,
When hearing it, yeah. For us, yeah.
for
Okay.
us, yeah, in stream,
Yeah.
You're right. When I was editing the audio for the audio podcast, the
It was not on
music
sync.
the music was like 5 seconds late after whatever I said, so it was awful. I was planning to pre-record something. I didn't got a chance to. My week has been hectic as hell. So we'll just have to wing it and do this again. And if it's delayed, you guys let us know in the chat, and the music will be very off. So
We should just pre-record this and put it as an audio bite
Yeah.
in the
yeah,
next time.
I planned it. All right,
All right. So
all right. Let's
Albert?
do this. Yes. Are you ready for the weekly council segment? Weekly watchies. We've been watching TVs, movies, rating 1 to 5, maybe crying, could be boring, could be laughing in theaters or at home, because it's time to share everything that we watched this week. It is time for our show's weekly watchies.
I
See,
hope
that
that
sound
was
in sync. That sound in sync to you guys, right?
It sounds in
Yeah.
sync to us. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Hopefully it's in sync in the playback and in the live stream for
We'll
everyone
see.
as also. So anyway, start with our weekly watchies. So I don't know, who should we start? I'm breaking up.
Oh.
So I guess
Here.
I can start if you want.
yeah, Albert, go ahead. The thing is, I think this week I have a lot of overlap with you guys. So Albert, you
Interesting.
start.
All right, I'll start with the one which I don't think any of you got overlap because I don't think it's playing in Indonesia just yet. I watched the Pablo Escobar biopic,
Ooh.
Cocaine Bear.
Ooh.
Cocaine bear.
Best
No, no.
pair. Better than Paddington.
You know, that's fair. I don't know what happened. I don't know what will happen to Paddington if he starts doing cocaine, but probably will be very different with how Pablo does it. You know, But yeah, none of you guys have seen this, right? It's not playing yet in Indonesia. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
of
in Japan.
course.
No, I haven't
Not
seen
yet.
it.
Not yet.
Okay, so yeah, Cocaine Bear. You know, I was hoping this to be a fun time. There were fun moments, but the film is like super, just like generic. Um, it's they they were towing the line of trying to do a like a raunchy comedy kind of type, like a Wet Hot American Summer, or like I'm trying to think of like another raunchy adult comedy, but like that kind of tone kind of thing. Dazed and Confused, but more comedy side. They tried to do it. At the same time, they try to do a like a B-rate horror movie, like a cheap horror movie kind of style with the cocaine bear going loose. And they did a little bit of both. All the stuff with Cocaine Bear, so much fun. There are moments where I'm like, oh my god, that is so gory, that is so disgusting, and it was like, oh wow, that is like a jump scare moment. And there are lots of funny moments as well with the other characters. In the trailer we saw, if you see the trailer, there is a moment where Cocaine Bear just sleeps on top of someone. That is probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie because it happens for quite some time. So I'm like, it is still going on. So yeah, there are lots of good stuff. The cast is incredible. Kerry Russell, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Alden Ehrenreich, Ray Liotta in his last movie, Christopher Heafju from Game of Thrones, character actress Margot Martindale is in this. So the Calvin got the reference.
Yep.
The cast is great. So yeah, it's good. However, again, outside of the Cocaine Bear stuff, all the storylines that they have to fill in this 95 minutes runtime, it wasn't the most exciting. It was like, okay, this is like, let's go back to the bear. I want to see where the bear is up to. But they cannot write the bear as the main character, obviously. So it was like, it's sort of dull in those moments. But yeah, there are some funny moments, some good horror moments. The ambulance scene might be my favorite. So there is that. But
Is
yeah,
ambulance scenes when like the cocaine bear is chasing it? What?
the cocaine
is?
bear, chasing ambulance. Yeah, the kills in that sequence is, oh my god. But yeah, it's a there are obvious again. It's a fun time at times, and at other times I was hoping it could have been more fun. A little bit disappointed, but I guess that I should have seen that coming. But yeah, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It's an okay film, and once again, Elizabeth Banks have the weirdest 3 films to start as a director, with Pitch Perfect 2, Charlie's Angels, and now Cocaine Bear. And yeah, she's also directed some segments, I guess, from movie 43. But yeah, what a weird filmography for her as a director.
She's
What was
just
those films again?
diversifying.
A segment in movie 43,
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect 2,
Uh-huh.
Charlie's Angels 2019, and now Cocaine
Mhm.
Bear.
Yeah, I need to make an AI to write an ensemble movie with all those.
A Charlie's Angel that sings a cappella while getting chased by a cocaine bear. Or maybe the
Actually,
song is about cocaine bear?
This song is about. I actually do want to put my opinion on this. I wish Cocaine Bear was its entire what is it, drug addicted animals verse, so we can have the next one is a Methalodon.
Damn.
Wow, that's actually a good name. How long have you been thinking about that name?
I stole it from Twitter.
Oh,
Here's the thing. I thought with math you lose like teeth, so doesn't this shark is just like
It's a
gum?
toothless. It's a toothless shark.
It's toothless.
It's a toothless. It's a toothless
can't-
megalodon.
can't
It's just
kill
like
anyone.
I know, but it's threatening because it's a megalodon, so it's like 26 meters long, but it has no teeth, so it's
Oh
like
my God.
I have a question about cocaine bear. The
Yeah.
most important question.
yeah, go ahead. Yes, everyone
at
ask me all the questions.
Did at any point in the movie they mentioned the name Pablo Escobar?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I
Ah,
have to say this is, even though I jokingly said this is a biopic about Pablo, it is not a biopic. This is, even though the actual bear exists, the story in this is super fictionalized. I'm pretty sure, because I think the bear, like in real life, sadly enough, I think the bear like passed away like literally soon after because the
I think
cocaine was
that's
too
what we
much.
read. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's what we read last time.
yeah,
The
that's what we
bear
read,
just
right?
died.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bear just died.
yeah. This is a fictionalized
All right.
story, and you know what, Arik, your hope for the animals on drugs, it might
Verse?
happen.
Yeah.
It might happen
Why?
because there are other animals involved in this film that might or might not have accidentally snorted cocaine. I'm not gonna say,
Methalodon maybe.
or eat something else. I'm not gonna
Megalodon.
say. Oh, there is
Methalodon.
there is two post credit scenes in this film, so stick around
What
for
is
that.
this? It is the next MCU.
It is. It's
Damn.
nothing.
This is
It's not.
next
I don't think it's
MCU.
setting up anything. It's just
It
like
is MCU.
funny gags. So yeah,
No, it is the MCU. Math Cinematic Universe.
that's cinematic.
It's not even
It's all
meth, it's
started.
cocaine, Ariq.
It all started
I don't know, but you know.
with Breaking Bad, Walter White.
Oh, Walter, yeah, started with him.
Alright, alright,
Yeah.
alright. So was it the 5 o'clock? That's so solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So let's go into the next one. Ariq, what you watch?
I forgot today, man. Forgot to watch.
Yeah.
I forgot to watch something. Oops.
I am
I told you
incredibly
I chose.
disappointed.
You already know I chose simping over the boys. We discussed this.
What?
You missed it
Yeah.
again, Albert.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
missed Albert. You missed so much.
For context, these three have been keeping secrets from me all day and saying that there are inside jokes
We-
that I should
No,
know.
no, we
about.
had a pre-stream discussion and you weren't there. You were slacking.
I woke up. It's 8:30 a.m. in the morning. It's a morning show. Give me a break.
Time
Sorry.
difference really kept Albert away from all the inside jokes.
Yeah. But yeah, I forgot. I was supposed to watch Harry Potter this week, but you know what? Next week.
Okay.
Alright, let's go to Teguh then. Teguh, what did you watch?
I watched. How many movies did I watch actually?
I know you watched 2 movies.
Yeah, it was two movies and one episode. Which one do I start with?
Start with a better one.
The better one?
Choose one, David.
Fine, Blaine.
Come on, Kelvin. No, don't pressure him.
Blaine.
Yeah. I watched this
Gotta
as well,
watch
not
the
at the
Jeff
same time.
Butler
though.
extended universe.
The what is it? The GBTU.
EU.
GBTU?
Yeah, Geralt the transportation universe.
Transportation
okay.
universe.
Yeah.
Was he riding in 300 men? Okay, okay.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Oh my god.
Go on. Go on. I mean, not about that one, you know.
Um, I
You go
I
first,
liked
you go.
it. My only complaint was about how they chose a plane that had a range of 5,400 kilometers, and the distance from Singapore to Tokyo is 5,450 something kilometers in a straight line.
So it's kinda so what I'm trying to say it barely
it can't really make that trip regardless. But anyway, it was fun. There were a lot of reasonable decisions, like you're being held hostage, you see your potential rescuers, you stay quiet.
Yeah,
Like you don't
smart
scream at the
moves.
top like we're saved, like in so many movies, and that just gets the protagonist caught. But yeah, how long was the movie? It actually felt pretty short, even though I'm pretty sure it was
It's
at
an hour
least
40 minutes. An
yeah,
hour
right.
40 minutes if
It
I'm
was
wrong,
at
yeah.
least 90 minutes, but like just with all the plot points and everything, it just felt short. Um,
It goes by pretty fast, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it goes by pretty fast. I was also complaining about how how the mercenaries left all their gear outside the plane when they knew they were gonna get on the plane anyway. Like, um, you could just leave
Yeah.
it on board. Maybe bring like an ammo bag, but
Yeah.
leave because now some Filipino terrorists are running around with really good stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, but those were just my minor gripes. Overall, I really liked it. It was fun. It's
So
a Jared Butler movie.
this is a movie about a plane crash in what? So I'm guessing Philippines. You said so. It's a plane crash in
Yeah.
Philippines, and they have to survive because the people are like ambushing
So
him.
a plane crash in Philippines in an island that the police doesn't want to touch, kind of thing, because they are
Okay,
Because
like
it's like a
scary people. Yeah, and then
separatist island.
separatists, yeah. And then
gotcha.
basically they take some of the people hostage, and Gerald Butler and his friend kinda has to rescue them
Like Coulter,
and
right?
get out. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's basically the whole plot. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much in agreement with Teguh. Overall the whole movie is pretty fun to watch. Yeah. Nothing that will make me kind of like, why did you do that kind of thing. So yeah, that's good. Think we agree that the best moments in this movie is around the ending when they took out the 50 cal sniper.
Oh yeah, dude. I love that scene so much.
Yeah.
Like, Arik,
The
did you
what's
watch it
name?
already?
No, I have
I
not.
like it. Yeah.
All
So
right, wait.
Tago, you go.
Do you want me to go? Okay. Like, there's this one scene, right, where like they have to defend the plane from like the terrorists, right? And then, so the terrorists like were taking cover behind their cars, right, Arik? Yeah. But this one dude had a Barrett 50 cal. And this is the first time I saw in movies they actually used it. Because Kelvin and I, we said the same thing. Like, we were just expecting him to like do headshots and all of that. But this guy, he's like, I see their legs. So he guesses where their body is and just shoots through the car. And then,
Yep.
like, the guy just like got flung backwards. I'm like,
And then
and
you
then he
can
did this
see
like,
like the what's it when the impact from on the car doors when it comes out kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
so like
Oh,
violent kind of thing. And
god
then yeah,
damn.
guy just got like pulled back. I'm like, whoa.
Oh,
Oh, no,
and then
no,
like the other terrorists realized we're screwed. They have no cover.
Yep.
no, I like that. That's a proper use of a
Yeah,
50 cal.
I think that's the first time at least that I can think of without rewatching several movies probably, but like
Yeah.
I saw like a 50 cal used properly.
Yeah, most people just use 50 cals as like, just to look cool for the movie,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
this
and
that's
Arik, you know what
actually like,
else? You know what else they used that they did that was a really proper use of the 50 cal? The 50 cal initially was not used to shoot the drivers of the vehicles as they were approaching. No, no, no.
oh, it's
He
the
shot the
engine
engine block.
block was yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they're used for. The goose nerd moment, I like it.
Like,
The goose nerd moment.
The goose
Yeah,
nerd
well,
moment, I like it.
I didn't watch it together with Tago, so when I was watching this, I was just like, okay.
Okay. Kelvin, you do not understand the immersion. Alright,
Katie
that's low.
Lynch asked in the chat, would you recommend? She's not a big Geralt Butler fan.
Jerry
I'd
B
say
fan.
Jerry,
You're
Jerry
not a
B.
big Jerry
Yeah.
B fan. I wouldn't recommend this. This is
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's honestly just plain. It's just kind of a generic what's the name action flick kind of thing.
yeah,
It's pretty cool. Yeah. So
it's
watch
cool.
this like if you really have nothing else to watch kind of thing. Why not? Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Uh.
unless you're invested in the Jerry B universe like me.
Yep.
Jerry.
The
So which
GPU.
what film is the like the origin story of this Jerry B universe to go that you've known?
Well, I guess we have to go with How to Train Your Dragon because that's like
Right.
the most backwards
Oh,
in time. So
gotcha.
Wait,
yeah,
is How to Train Your Dragon parts of GBTU? The the transportation universe?
yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna fill in the blanks and say he time traveled.
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
you know what? He's also in a film called Reign of Fire, which is a live action film which features dragons,
yeah, I know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
okay.
dragons, like a post-apocalyptic dragon
yeah, like
attack.
dragons took over the world, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was. I didn't
So
know he
yeah.
was in there.
Wait, Teguh,
I'm look
shouldn't Gods of Egypt come first I've never seen the film, but I'm assuming
I
that
haven't
takes
seen
place in
that
ancient
one.
Egypt.
I
No,
haven't
but
seen
he has like wings on his back. He's not riding anything.
Oh,
He
so are we?
is
Are we?
he is the vehicle.
He is the vehicle to
He
the
is
wing.
the vehicle.
okay.
Damn.
Wings. He is the vehicle.
So are you saying someone wrote Gerard Butler in this one?
Yep.
I think it
Someone
was.
wrote Gerard Butler.
I think it was what is it? The
Hiya, Jeremy,
Kingslayer.
giddy up!
The Kingslayer from Game of Thrones, because I think he like tried to get on his back at one point, tried to choke him out. So he's riding Gerald Butler. So he was indeed a transport.
Ah,
So he was indeed a transport. Yeah.
damn.
Alright.
The Kingslayer is riding Gerard Butler like he's riding the mighty Kron.
Okay, here. I know they confirmed already that the next movie will be Ship, right?
Yeah.
So
I believe so.
yeah. But here's the thing: like, plane makes sense because he is the pilot. So did he have a career change to become
don't
a
think-
ship captain?
I don't
Or-
think he's
or
gonna
you-
be in the next one.
Really?
Because
Oh,
I think, if I'm
What?
not wrong, Ship is gonna focus on Mike Coulter. From what I heard.
What?
Oh.
Not Jeremy B. So GBT
Okay,
was
so
dead.
in February
No.
2023, it was announced
No.
Coulter will reprise his
No.
role as Luis Gaspar for a sequel titled Ship. The director, Jean-Francois Richet, returns as an executive producer for the film. Gerard Butler
okay.
will not star. He may make a cameo appearance.
It's okay,
A
Teguh,
cameo.
Teguh. We'll have what's the name, like an end game kind of thing at the end. We'll have like Ship and Plane, the movie.
you mean you mean an aircraft carrier? Yeah.
Yes.
What is the end game of this GBTU?
I don't know, man.
How do you?
It's like,
What's the ultimate vehicle? What's the animal
they
transport?
combine everything. They have they
Ultimate
combine
vehicle.
everything. They put wings
is
on the
it?
train, and like I don't know,
They
it can
put
go on
wings on the
water.
train.
That is just the transformer robot. What's its name?
Who?
I forgot the name
Uh,
of the robot. The big one that combines everything.
Oh yeah, Devastator from the
Devastator. That's just
Transformers,
Devastator, dude.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Right.
Oh yeah. So anyway, we haven't rated. Teguh, how much you give Plane?
What?
How we haven't rated? How much you give Plane?
Ooh.
I
4 out
give
of
it a
5.
3.5. Oh, 4 for Teguh. Okay, so 4 out of 5 for Teguh and 3 out of 3.5 for me. Yeah, from Kelvin. All right. So
Gotcha,
that's
gotcha.
Plane. Yeah. Pretty fun though. All right, so I guess I'll go to me next. All right, I'll talk about this one first, I guess, because it's last year. I watched Rose Matilda the musical. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What is
I didn't
that?
hear it was good.
What's Matilda?
What, really?
What?
Or is it
Matilda the
good?
musical.
Did I misheard? Did I mix it up with something else?
I'm
Oh.
checking the letterbox. Most of scored a 4. Your friend scored a 5 out of 5.
Okay,
You've
so I
mistaken
probably
it with another
I'm
thing.
mistaken with something else. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I thought that Matilda is about the witches thing, right? So you know the one with like Anne Hathaway thing. I think the kid's name is also
Oh.
Matilda or something in that one. So I
don't
thought I was going into that movie, and turns out it's not the case. Yeah. So I was kind of like I don't know. I just went along with it, I guess. But yeah, basically this is the first time I know about this Road Dolls Matilda thing. So apparently the plot is about a young girl that led the revolution against a former Olympic athlete. That's the plot. No, legit. I'm not
Okay.
even kidding. That's the plot. Yeah. So that's the plot. Honestly, I think the songs are great. The kids acting are great. Pretty much yeah. All the performances are great. One of the girl from Lashana Lynch is also there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James Bond, Captain Marvel girl.
Yeah. But yeah. Overall, it's like it's nice. It's a classic story. I think. Yeah. I give it a 4 out of 5. mostly because I don't like the fact that for some reason she has telekinesis at the end of the movie. For some reason, Dill that just read books and story, kind of smart, I guess. She somehow have telekinesis now, and also somewhat of a she can sees people pass from her dreams, kind of thing. I don't know. It's kind of
I
weird that she suddenly have powers like that.
I have never read Matilda nor Coach Rothbell, right? I've never read Matilda or seen any adaptation of Matilda, so I have no clue if she's supposed to have powers in the first place.
The one I know, she's supposed to have powers in the first place. But yeah, this is my first
Gotcha.
time as well. I'm like, oh, what? Why does she have telekinesis? It's kind of weird. Yeah. Um.
Yeah.
That, and also like there's the whole like the senpais. They have like the seniors in the school, right? But I don't know. They're not used at all. They just used for like opening when Matilda gets into school. They sing scary stuff. They dance, and then that's it. They just never used again. I thought the seniors gonna play a bigger role, but I guess
Mhm.
not. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I guess. It's pretty fun. It's a fun movie if you like the music and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
I think the overall response for this is actually pretty good. Yeah, for Matilda the musical. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much my yeah, what I watched this time. 4 out of 5. Alright, let's go back to Albert, I guess.
All right, I watched Cocaine Bear. Oh, I already said that.
You really said
But you have
that.
to
So-
shout that out.
I know, right?
Oh, watch Gamer!
all right, I'm sorry for shouting to all the listeners.
Albert is very
all right,
hyped for Cocaine Bear.
I know, right?
I'll reduce my volume a little bit. Okay. All right, let's talk about this one first. So I watched this movie called Missing Home, or the alternate title is Ngeri Ngeri Sedap. This is an Indonesian film.
Huh?
I didn't know anything about it except for the fact that Indonesia submitted this film as the submission for Best International Feature at this year's Oscar, for this upcoming Oscar. So they
Okay.
submitted it for the Oscar. That's I don't know anything about the movie at all, so I decided to check it out. It's on Netflix right now, so watching that before I cancel my Netflix subscription. Um, but yeah, it's so basically the plot is that there is this family and they are from Batak. So we're learning about the culture of Batak right away. I didn't know much about Batak culture, but they showcase it pretty well, I think, in this one. Um, there's this family, and all the kids are grown up. They have 4 kids, and all the kids are like already all separate ways. They go to Jakarta, they go elsewhere, various to unspecified Sunda region. So they go across. Basically, they leave Sumatra. Um, and so the family is like, we miss our kids. They're not home. We should try to do something to get them home. We have a big party that's gonna be hosted for our grandma. What should we do? So the parents pretend to get a divorce. They're fighting. And because they pretend to get a divorce, the kids are like, damn, we gotta go back. We gotta stop this. We cannot allow this to happen. So the whole time the parents is faking the divorce, trying to is faking a divorce in order to try to convince the kids to stay home and be home with them for the party and everything, while the kids are like, we gotta prevent our parents from breaking up. We gotta do something, but we have lives as well. So we gotta do this quick so we can return to our lives. So that's basically like the plot. That's like the main gist of it. It's it's pretty heartfelt. There are some heartfelt moments. Um, and obviously, like myself being abroad, there are moments where I'm like, oh yeah, that's really sweet, and I miss home and everything like that. So I get those moments, and it's definitely a good target audience for this. There are also some good comedic cheesy moments. There are some moments that I'm like, that's so cheesy, that's so cringe, but I guess it's like on purpose that they do it, so it's like to set up the tone and levity and all of that. So yeah, it's a good film. There again, it's not perfect or anything like that. It's a good film. The performance is good. It's definitely shot like sort of a stage play in a way. There are moments where I'm like, this is sort of like they're doing theater, the way how they act and the way how things are shot. there is like a whole, when you do in films, whenever there is a one take sequence, usually it's an action sequence.
Mhm.
There is a one take, like full on just arguments. They are just arguing and they go from one room to another. And it was one
That's
take.
cool.
And I was like, they are still doing one take. It's still going on. It's like
Hmm.
they're just arguing back and forth. The camera moves from one character to another. Like, wow, this is like sort of like theater, like in theater, because it's like sitting in one place, right? So yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Good film, good dramatic moments. The performance by the dad, who is Arswendi Nasution, which is a very famous Indonesian actor. He's really good in this one, and everyone else is also pretty good. I like the mom as well, Tika Panggabe. Sorry if I'm pronouncing Tika Panggabean. I think that's how you say it. So yeah, good stuff. And again, the Batak culture is a good representation, because I don't really see, even for Indonesian stuff, I don't really see a lot of like Batak representation. I think so. It's
think
nice.
the
It's nice
only
to see
Batak
this.
I think the only Batak person we know is that one teacher that we had for like a year. I don't know in science or not, but in social we
Wait,
did
what?
have. Uh,
I don't
and
want.
we
I don't want
have,
to call anyone out, but I don't.
You don't
I'm
call
not gonna
anyone
say
out.
her name or anything, but safe to say we did
What
not
did
like
she?
her.
What did she teach?
Is
I
it
think
is
she
it
teaches business
business?
studies. Yeah.
Okay, I know.
Oh, okay, okay.
I know. That was not
Oh,
a good
is she Batak?
representation.
It is
Okay,
not a good
okay.
representation.
Just
None of
kidding.
us like her, so
That was not a good representation.
Oh, also one last thing. Like every Indonesian movie that I watch, every time the film ends, I'm like, I want Indonesian food now, because they showcase Indonesian food really well. So
Take
there's
Cameron again.
take Cameron again. This suffers.
take Cameron again. Yeah,
Cameron again.
promoting Mixway.
Because Indonesian food, you said.
All right, yeah, yeah.
I'm assuming you guys
Yeah.
have not heard of this, right? Or have you?
No,
No,
I have
never.
not. It's on
I
Netflix
don't really
apparently,
keep
so
up
that's
with
easy.
Yeah,
Indonesian movie that much, honestly. Like,
it is fair.
oh, a lot of them isn't that good. All right, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
That is fair.
And also like me and Kelvin only watch like Indonesian horror films for pure enjoyment factor. Just
Yeah, that's more like to give me, to strengthen my heart.
The dad in this film is in a lot of Indonesian horror movie. He's in Impetigore, Satan's
Oh.
Slaves.
Oh,
also-
Impetigore, yeah, I've watched that. Satan's
This is
Slaves
not-
is
this-
Pengabdi Setan, yeah, watch that.
This is
Oh,
not
I
a
watched
horror
that,
movie, but
yeah.
it's in Gundala.
Oh, I watched
thought
bits
you were
of
gonna say
that.
Gundam.
Gundam. the
Gundam.
movie.
I was confused.
I watched bits of Gundala, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Imagine there's a Gundam that's based on Kuda Lumping. Damn, that would be cool.
What is that supposed to be? What is that
I don't
supposed
know,
to
like
be?
like looks like a horse, and then his weapon's like a whip kind of thing. That would be pretty cool.
Except the horse is just like a toy, not like an actual horse.
Oh, this not actual like robot, alright.
It's a cutout. Ow.
Yeah.
Actually,
I was
Albert,
just gonna
would
say.
okay, go on
go ahead.
first.
No, I was
No,
about to
no,
say.
no.
I'm similar with you. I don't watch a lot of Indonesian movies. I've been trying to dive into it a little bit more recently. Like I mentioned, what's the other one? Stealing Raden Saleh, and now this. I just want.
Mhm.
I'm curious. Like I feel like there might be some gems out there that I just don't know
There
about.
definitely are.
So
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
My main gripe about Indonesia's movie is like the dialogue feels so stiff. That's my main
I kind of
That's my main thing. Yeah, like
Yeah.
because if if you don't understand Indonesian, obviously you wouldn't know. But like
Yeah.
where they speak in such I guess polite sentence
Mm.
kind of thing, right? Yeah,
Formal.
they don't use like the slangs kind of thing. So
Yeah.
listening to them, like for example, like they're high schoolers, they're talking to each other, but they're talking in like very polite manners to each other. I'm like, it feels so off.
Yeah, like the way they talk, right? If we were to literally translate it to English, it'll be like going up to your friend and say, like, and me going up to Kelvin and say, "Greetings, good acquaintance." Makes no sense.
It's not that formal, but
It's not that formal, but
no, it practically is that formal because nobody in Indonesia speaks formal. Nobody says aku. People say gue.
Or saya. Yeah.
No,
Nobody says
I'll,
saya. Yeah.
I'll say this: the film that the Stealing Raden Saleh, the one that's also on Netflix. Why is there so many Indonesian film Netflix? Now that I think of it, that's 2020,
It's
2022.
easy, I
Anyway,
guess.
Stealing Raden Saleh, they do a pretty good job with the slang. Because a lot of the dialogues, they're like young adult. They're people like around our age. I think the main character is slightly older. They do like lots of the Indonesian slang. Although the delivery is kind of weird, because there are. I'm gonna say something Indonesian. This is not a line from the movie, but I remember something like this. Lu tuh nggak bisa kayak gitu. Gue harusnya begini. It's like it's weird. It doesn't even though it's slang, it feels kind of off still. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a delivery. I don't know.
There's something about Indonesian's like script or dialogue, I don't know, or the delivery, that just feels off every time I watch something.
Kamu
So,
lupa.
yeah.
Aku buta.
That is an inside joke of a reel that Kelvin found on Instagram of an Indonesian soap opera, like a Sinetron soap opera.
Yeah, soap opera, I guess, right? Yeah.
Where,
Yes,
Yeah.
where the Calvin, you want to explain what happens in the scene?
So basically, like two guys are arguing, kind of thing, and then like one guy is like saying something like, "Can't you see this is wrong?" And then the other guy just happens to be blind, and he answered, "Did you forget? I am blind."
I cannot see it. I am blind.
Aku buta dewa.
See? I'm blind.
Look! Did you forget? I can't see.
Okay, I found the full clip, but you know the translation is basically like, why did you
Oh
look
my
after
God.
Grandma? Look, she passed out. Did you forget Dewa? I'm blind. I'm blind. That's basically the dialogue in English.
Oh.
Oh my god! What if we do a full Indonesian show for the 200th episode? How weird would
Do
it be?
we?
Like somebody speaks
I,
English and
I would
fail.
struggle
You would
just as
say-
much as the audience.
Problem is, yeah, everyone will struggle here.
Don't
That is
actually use Indonesian that often, so it's reached the point where we kind of forget how to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
We'll speak formally like the Indonesian movies still instead.
Yeah. All right. All right. That's from Albert. Avik didn't watch anything. Teguh, let's go to you again.
I watched Babylon.
Oh, you're going from the start.
We're singing different songs.
Yeah.
Not very synchronized.
That's just a testament to how good the songs are.
Yeah, I really like the songs. But God, was it long.
It is 3 hours long. Yeah.
And to summarize what I think of Babylon in one sentence, this is what I told Kelvin when he asked me what I think of it. My feelings for Babylon are as chaotic as the movie itself.
All right. Understandable.
I don't know how
Yeah.
I feel about it. It was chaos. Sometimes it's too chaotic for me. Other times it was just the right amount of chaos.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
job.
Wait.
We're reading a
Reading the chat. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Submetlab Movies was using Google Translate, and he was trying to say a full Indonesian show would be funny, and it translated to pertunjukan Indonesia penuh akan lucu.
That makes no. You
Google
are speaking
Translate
to gods.
is it's pretty bad.
Like,
It
no,
is-
that's the
It's our
thing.
friend.
It makes sense. It just sounds weird.
Oh no, it
It's
does not
out
make
of
sense.
it's
to
out
go.
of it's
It
out
does
of
not
order.
make
What does
sense.
Indonesia
Out of
penuh
order.
means to go? No, what that makes no sense. No.
They got the
No,
right
that makes no
words.
sense.
It's just not in the correct order.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not
maybe
the
that's
correct
what.
order.
You wouldn't use the word penuh as well to
You
describe
wanna say-
like a full
Yeah.
show.
Full. You won't. Yeah.
What would you
You'll
use?
just say no. You'd use nothing. You just say pertunjukan Indonesia. You guys are so distant.
Yeah, or
I
like, or
don't
like maybe-
use
or like
this
maybe
language a lot,
complete-
Ariq.
Kamu kurang makan batagor, Teguh.
I actually though, yes, I haven't touched that shit in like 3
Yo,
years.
Batagor is
Ariq.
so good.
I
Sorry,
haven't
I
had
just had to.
Batagor in 3
I
years.
just had to get you guys off a bit.
We're going so off track.
That was off track. Sorry about that.
So off track. Alright, Teguh, go on to your Babylon.
Yeah, it was, it was, it was chaotic. That's that's all I have to say for it. 3 hours. It felt long, but at the same time, it didn't. Like in the slower parts, I'm like, now that like when it like calms down, I'm like, okay, this feels really long. But then it like um speeds up again, and then it's just it gets chaotic again, and then I forget about the time, and I really liked it though. I don't. I think the final bit was a bit weird, as in like inconsistent. I say like the part when Manny was like looking at the theater and he was crying, and then they show a flashback of like movie like through the years, and then like it ended up with like Terminator and then Avatar. I like that was cool. Like, oh yeah, they're trying to dedicate it to movies, but then they cut back to Manny crying. I'm like, wait, so is this supposed to be like Manny's like
Watching
memories,
it.
like him thinking? How the hell does he know what Avatar is? you know? But other from that one bit that threw me off a bit, it was, yeah, it was pretty good. I say I don't know if I enjoyed it because there were some bits that were too chaotic, but it was, as Katie Lynch says, a beautiful mess of a movie. It was still quite a mess though. I'd give it a 3.5.
3.5 out of 5. Alright.
Favorite moment or sequence?
Ooh, favorite moment or sequence. I didn't think of that.
There's a
Oh,
lot
this
in
man.
this film.
Well, the
Oh,
easiest
there's
one
a
is always the
lot.
opening.
Yeah, I think it's
opening's
definitely in the
incredible.
opening.
Yeah.
Fair.
Alright.
My
Yeah.
favorite is still when they try to do they try to shoot a talkie for the first time.
Oh, that's a funny scene.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, the Hello
The whole
College one.
Hello
Hello
College.
College
Yep.
scene. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
sequence
First
is
time-
incredible. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Someone sneeze and then the guy just goes full. Yeah, a mental breakdown then and there.
It's so great. But I agree with you. The ending thing with the Avatar one threw me off for something. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I just like a couple of days ago, and now I see Avatar. This is weird. So yeah. Anyway,
Alright.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts you want to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Alright. After we are done with the weekly watches, I'll get back to Naruto the man's question about what is Batagor.
I saw Kelvin googling that, and I googled
Yeah,
it as
I
well, like,
was
how do you
googling that
explain
already
this?
to find the
Like,
picture.
how do I explain this? But yeah, go on.
Alright, I'll go to me again. I watched this 1997 movie titled Perfect Blue.
oh, is that
Yeah,
David Lynch?
you know about this?
I haven't seen
What?
it, but I've heard stuff about it. Is
Oh wait, I think I've heard of this. Yeah.
that a romance? Am I thinking? What am I thinking of? Oh, it's an animated movie. Never mind. I'm thinking of something
It's
else.
an animated. Why are you thinking David Lynch?
I'm
David Lynch
mixing
speaks
up. I'm
Japanese.
mixing up. I'm mixing up Blue Valentine with Blue
Oh.
Velvet, and I end up with Perfect Blue.
Never mind. I was thinking of what Albert
Alright,
was saying
sure.
before.
Blue
not this
Blue
one.
Velvet is David Lynch. Blue Valentine is a very the opposite of a romance movie, and Perfect Blue is what Kelvin watched. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Yes, indeed.
So I watched Perfect Blue. It's an animated movie. Yeah, it's about a career path change gone wrong. Basically, that's what it's about. Basically, this girl, she was a pop idol kind of thing, like in a girl group, and then her management decided, hey, let's make you an actor. So she leaves and she becomes the actor, and then um a lot of obstacles, like for instance a stalker kind of thing, like one of those like very manic maniac fans kind of thing that would follow her around, take pictures, and then kind of creepy. He wrote a diary on like the internet, posing as her kind of thing, and he knows whatever she's doing because that person stalked him, stalk her. I mean, kind of thing. Yeah. Throughout
Mm.
though, it's really interesting. Um, what's the name? There are moments where you're like, wait, so is this a hallucination or is this or did it actually happen? Kind of thing. There's a lot of that. And then yeah, some of the scenes like yeah, some of the scenes are just I don't know, great. I guess it's some parts of it are a bit not terrifying, creepy. I guess. I like the twist at the end when they reveal who is the one that's actually doing the murders and stuff. So yeah, I quite like the
Hmm.
twist. What else is there to talk about in this one? Oh, for some reason I don't know. 90s animated like 90s animation style for like animes. I don't know, for some reason it's like
Dated.
it's aesthetically it feels nice
Aesthetically,
to see.
aesthetically
Yeah.
pleasing.
Oh.
Yeah. For some reason. I don't know what's about it, but that's how I feel about it. So yeah. Yeah, basically that's that for Perfect Blue. I think it's really a psychological thriller, I think. Kinda.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I give a very nice 4 out of 5.
Yeah, you don't see a
Yeah.
lot of animated psychological thriller because the animation doesn't do that too much. But yeah, nice that anime
Yeah,
does
I
it.
guess so.
It's
Yeah,
directed by
I definitely
Satoshi
recommend this though.
Kon. He sounds so familiar, but I don't know what film he does.
Let me check the letterbox. I definitely recommend
Paprika.
watching Perfect Blue though. Yeah, Paprika
Okay.
is from by him.
He's
I don't know, Tokyo
he also worked
Godfathers.
he also worked on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
Hmm.
Oh,
Mm,
Tokyo's
Pretty cool.
alright.
Godfathers, Millennium Actress. Yeah, okay, I've definitely heard these films. I just
I've
never
only heard
seen.
of Paprika and Perfect Blue, that's it. Yeah. I've
Gotcha.
never heard of the other. Yeah,
Fair.
definitely something I would recommend to watch. Yeah. Alright, Albert, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run through them real quick. I watched a couple of the Oscars nominated films since the Oscars is in 2 weeks. So, Woman King, it's okay. I didn't care for it. Viola Davis is great.
Mhm.
So yeah, Woman King is okay. The Triangle of Sadness. I understand the nomination for director and screenplay. I think those parts were pretty strong. The film drags as hell. Oh my god. I don't
Told you the movie
understand
doesn't
people.
start
People
until
said
100.
the movie. Okay, here's the thing, Kelvin. You said, including you and other people said, the movie doesn't start until it gets to the island. I thought
Yeah.
as soon as it gets to the island, the film falls to a stalemate. Everything building up to the island, I was like, this is interesting. I like where this is going. As soon as it gets to the island, I'm like, I can't. This is just so boring. So I'm like we're like watching it so oppositely. So I like everything building up, and once it reached there, I'm like, nah, this is not for me. And then Calvin's like, I like the islands. So that's an
I didn't say
interesting
I
thing.
didn't say I like the island stuff. It's just kind of like, oh, if that's what they want to do, might as well get to it, kind of thing.
Okay,
That's what I
okay,
thought.
gotcha.
If they want to do the island stuff, get to it, not take an hour 20 minutes for it. Yeah.
Okay, fair. I personally think once it gets to the island, the film sort of does not improve at all. There is a
Mm.
sequence that's very disgusting in this film, including vomit. Oh my god. So
Oh,
that's
I
super
know. I know
disgusting.
what scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
That
I
why you have
watched
a tummy
this.
ache?
Nope, nothing to do with that. I'm joking. Um, I watch. I also watch The Whale, which is probably the best one out of this group.
It's
It's the one Brendan Fraser. He's nominated for acting. My God, this film broke me at the very end. It's so devastating. And the performance is really good by Brendan Fraser, Hong Chow, and Sadie Sink. All incredible performance. And yeah, it's a super depressing, tough watch. So yeah, um, I
The
watched
Whale
all
is
of
one of the
those.
overlap movies that I had. Yeah. The Whale is great. Yeah.
The whale's good. Yeah. So yeah, there's those are that. Oh, also it's sort of a come and go films where I'm like, I'm not gonna rewatch it. It's okay. Somebody I used to
Will?
know. No,
Oh,
not
somebody
Will.
I used-
Somebody I
oh.
used to know. 2023 film. Alison Brie, Danny Pudi, Jay Ellis, Kiersey Clements. Yeah, it's directed by Dave Franco. It's a rom-com sort of, not really romance drama. It's about the girl who comes back to her hometown to sort of rekindle her romance with a former lover, but her former lover's getting married. So what you gonna do? That is basically the film. So yeah,
All I know from somebody I used to know is that first of all it's Gautier, and
they did not sing that song in the movie at all, nor in the
Boo.
credits.
Boo.
and the second thing that I know about that movie is Alison Brie streaks naked a lot of times for a promotion or something.
He, that is the most time I've seen Alison Brie naked. Yes, outside of other films. I think there is at least 3 full scenes of her naked in this movie,
That's a lot of scenes.
and she's also naked in the poster. So
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So
there you go.
alright, yeah. So that's it. Somebody I used to know.
Rating: somebody used to know 3.5. Triangle of Sadness 3.5. Woman King 3 stars, and The Whale 4.5.
How much did I give the whale? I give the whale 4 out of 5. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I was like pretty crying by the end of The Whale.
I
So.
really agree though with like the people. Like, some people rate the whale kind of low, I guess, right? I don't
Yeah.
really agree with their like reasoning. Some of them. Yeah. Alright.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's our weekly watches. This is the longest one. Well, we don't have any trailer to discuss, so might as well.
Actually, I just remembered I did watch something, but we've discussed it before, and so there's no really need for it.
What is
Let me
it?
I
guess. Let
watched-
me guess.
Yeah.
No, never mind. I give up. I don't want to guess.
Transformers.
Okay. No, it's
Oh.
I watched Nobody, the John Wick like film.
Oh,
Ah,
that movie.
My
you
friends
watched the
haven't
first one,
watched.
That's fun.
No, my friends haven't watched it, so I watched it with them. That's it, really. So yeah, no, we've
Right.
talked about it. Very good movie, fun.
fun time.
Fun times, sometimes. All right. Anyway, let's get back to Naruto the Man real quick here. What is Batagor?
The essence of it. What
Yes.
is Batagor?
A very
What is-
important discussion.
Yeah, discussion.
How would you
for,
describe this, though? Actually, go ahead, Carl. Do you know how to describe this?
No, I just want to show a picture.
You don't know how to describe it. You're just like.
I don't know how to
Also,
describe it either.
it's not. But
It-
there is no E in the name, by the
There's
way.
no E in
Yeah,
it, yeah.
there's no E.
Batagoer. It's
It's
Batagoer.
deep fried, like
This is deep fried dumplings with peanut sauce. That's the best
Dumplings.
description
it's
I'll
not
give it.
dumplings though. Is it
What?
dumplings?
Every time you want to make it simple, it's just like, but it's not though, is it? this is the thing with Indonesian food. Every time I want people to describe it.
So this is
It's
what
so
it looks
good.
like underneath the peanut sauce. It's
Oh, it is?
some
Okay.
some of them are
It is
like
dumplings.
the one in the middle, the one on the top here is the crispy one. The bottom here is more of the I don't know
The
what
one
you
mixed
call
with
it,
like tofu, isn't it?
tofus and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you put the peanut sauce on top of it. Sometimes it's spicy, sometimes it's sweeter with the like sweet sauce,
soy sauce,
sweet,
yeah. Sweet soy
yeah,
sauce.
soy
Yeah.
sauce thing, and then usually put lime on it, kind of thing. So yeah, it's
But yeah,
it's
it's
really
like
good food.
dumplings, but it's not dumplings.
Deep
but
fried
it's deep
dumplings,
fried.
I guess, right? Yeah.
It's like deep fried dumplings, yeah.
Honestly, one of my favorite food.
This is the Wikipedia
It is.
explanation because we always know Wikipedia is trustworthy.
Yep.
It's a Sundanese dish from Indonesia, consisting of fried fish dumplings, usually served with peanut sauce. So what you guys
See, it is
said,
dumplings.
it is traditionally made with minced tangiri, which is Spanish mackerel. Although other types of seafood such as tuna, what the heck, such as
Yeah,
tuna,
never had one.
mackerel, and
It's
prawn
fancy.
may also be used. The fish paste is subsequently stuffed into wonton skins or filled into tofu and then deep fried
Wontons.
in palm oil. They usually have
Wonton
tofu
skins,
when I eat
yeah.
batagor. So yeah, that makes sense.
I don't like the
Yeah.
tofu one. I'm not a fan of that one.
I like both. I like both.
I do.
I like a
This
bit
is-
of tofu in it.
A lot of batagor is like street food as well. It's not always, but a lot of them are
Mhm.
street food, like
Yeah.
on carts and stuff.
So technically, Naruto the Mendes, like, yeah, it is both good and bad. It's very good for the tongue, but very bad for overall health. Stomach.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Apparent-
It's deep
apparently,
fried stuff.
according to Wikipedia, there is a batagor kuah, which is a soup version of batagor, and I'm like, what the heck?
Isn't it
Do
just
you guys know that?
Curious,
exists?
curious, curious.
No, wait.
It's
Isn't
called-
that the one in a
Baso
mall?
biasa,
What is it
anjing.
called?
It's
What is it
Baso
called?
Malang.
Oh yeah,
Baso
yeah, yeah.
Malang.
I like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
isn't that, yeah,
I
it's
like
just
that.
baso malang. Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it's just baso.
but they call it batagor kuah. I'm like,
I've never heard anyone call it batagor
wait,
kuah.
wait,
I've never heard anyone call it batagor kuah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
guys.
Google
for all the
batagor
viewers,
kuah right now, Calvin.
Yes,
this is-
bakso malang. What?
Bakso Malang, not Batagor Kuah. All right, let's get back to movies.
How, how would our viewers understand that when we don't?
All right, yeah. Batagor is honestly one of my favorite food. The soup version and the peanut version. Yeah,
Mm.
but it's I get sore throat sometimes if I eat too much.
Fair.
Yeah. All right, now let's get to the news. So Albert, what do we have? Which one do you want to start with? There are 3 news.
Let's just start with the first one. The one that's on the thumbnail and the most recent news topic. We have a new casting for this. Yes, this is those kind of weeks where we just talk about new casting news. Usually we don't do that. We just wait for a trailer, but no trailer this week, so we talk about casting news. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
Stephen
Out of
Yeun,
content, baby.
Stephen Yeun of The Walking Dead. You might know him best from Walking Dead. He's also in Nope recently, the Jordan Peele movie. He has been casted in Marvel's Thunderbolts, which is the MCU movie that's sort of supposed to be like this government-run
Suicide Squad.
type team. It's sort of government-run team like Black Ops kind of thing. So Stephen Yeun is casted in that, and according to the reports, is that he's going to have an integral role in the MCU. So, several questions for you guys. I guess the first one is, who do you think he'll be playing? Because it's not been announced yet who will be playing. And second of all, thoughts on him joining the MCU in this mysterious integral role.
Wait, I do have one question first though before we start. Is
Yes.
Thunderbolts supposed to be like the Suicide Squad equivalent of Marvel? Or is
Should
it something
be,
else?
yeah.
Not exactly. So, in the comics, the Thunderbolts it has so many iterations, but they're the best way to describe it is like they're an anti-hero team. They're not a superhero team; they're an anti-hero team kind of thing. And yeah, so there are so many various iterations of it. At one point, Baron Zemo was the leader of the Thunderbolts. I believe that is the first iteration ever. And he sort of basically tried to make a counter Avengers kind of team up with the rosters. And then the Thunderbolts got run over by Thaddeus Ross, who is now played by Harrison Ford in the MCU since the passing of William Hurt, who plays Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU previously. So there's like so many iterations, but yeah, they're basically like an anti-Avengers, where they consist of both anti-heroes, not really heroes. Rarely heroes join the Thunderbolts, but mostly anti-heroes, villains, usually done just to for heroes who are willing to do whatever it takes, kind of thing. They've faced Avengers in the past, but I think in the MCU they're gonna do it sort of in a Suicide Squad manner, where it's an anti-hero government-run program, kind of thing. Like the government is gonna be running the team to do their Black Ops stuff. So that's where the Suicide Squad comparison comes. So does that answer your question?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of like Suicide Squad, but they're not as nutty.
Not the naughty part. Yes, that definitely the naughty part is definitely not.
Yeah.
They don't have Weasel, so that's already a minus. Unless June's character is a Weasel equivalent.
No, they
Yeah.
can't. The Weasel equivalent. What, the Badger? The Badger.
The Badger.
Dude.
No, the Badger is too cool. The Honey.
The honey. What?
Just become Winnie the
But,
Pooh.
but yeah, knowing more about the Thunderbolts now, how do you
gonna
think
play?
where do you think he's gonna fit into all of this?
We're gonna look at the people. What is it? The members.
I mean, we
The
already
current
know. we already know the main roster, right? Seeing that one
So
reveal way back then. Let
yes,
me
and
try to.
I have it right here. So we Sebastian
Okay.
Stan as Bucky, Winter Soldier, is gonna be there. Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova. Wyatt Russell as John Walker, aka U.S. Agent, which we already saw from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show. Olga Kurilenko is gonna play Taskmaster, aka Antonia Dreykov from Black Widow. David Harbour from Black Widow is coming back as Alexei Shostakov, aka Red Guardian. Hannah John Kamen is gonna come back as Ava Starr, aka Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. And Julia Louis Dreyfus is coming back as Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, who we've seen in various stuff, including Black Widow, um uh, Black Panther,
Black
Wakanda
Panther.
Forever.
Yeah.
So yes, there's Captain America, Winter Soldier, no, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And yeah, Harrison Ford once again, as I mentioned, is gonna play Thaddeus Ross, which apparently, I don't know if this is true, but Thaddeus Ross is gonna be the U.S. president in this movie.
What?
So that's an upgrade.
All right.
So we get
Yeah.
to see Harrison Ford as a U.S. president. So yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we know all of those
I don't know.
thoughts.
I honestly don't know what Steven Yeun will be playing because I thought that's already the main cast, right? So if he's going to be playing someone, maybe the villain.
Did they never mention he was in the Thunderbolts itself? Was it?
No, it's just a mysterious character, and they also
Yeah,
said
see?
that
Yeah.
he'll have an important role in the future of the MCU.
Yeah, a villain is
Yeah.
pretty important.
Yeah, a
Right?
villain from a single movie could extend further, usually.
Yeah,
Something.
I honestly have no idea who is going to be playing.
I don't
Let's
think
see.
I don't think he's a part of the Thunderbolts.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Uh,
He might be a
uh
side character or a villain, but yeah.
let's see. I'm googling people's prediction.
This is my initial thought when this was announced, and maybe this is because like he's Korean and everything, is Amadeus Cho, which is a very important Marvel Comics character. But my initial
That's
instinct
true.
after I thought of that is like Amadeus Cho is a kid. He's like young, and Steven Yeun is like pretty old. I don't know how
Steven
old he is, but he's like an
Yeun,
adult.
he looks pretty young.
Right, but Amadeus Cho is like a teenager kind of thing. So he cannot Steven Yeun does not pull that off. And I believe in Avengers Age of Ultron, Helen Cho, played by Claudia Kim, is supposed to be his mom. So the age does not line up there. Well, Age of Ultron was how many years ago, plus the 5-year time jump. Maybe it could make sense. I don't know. But if that is the mom, that's like sort of that's I don't know if you want to consider it. But yeah. Amadeus Cho is in the comics. He's a very smart kid. He's like this one of the smartest kids in the MCU. And I know we've mentioned like, oh, Tony Stark is the smartest. Oh, Mr. Fantastic is the smartest. Oh, Shuri is the smartest. Ironheart is the smartest. Amadeus Cho is also the smartest. They're all smart. Everyone in the MCU is smart. But like he's a smart kid, and he becomes the Hulk at one point. Calvin looks confused.
Yeah, okay. I'm googling like Steven Yu's prediction or Thunderbolts kind of thing. At first, yeah, there's Amadeus Cho, and then there is what Mr. Negative, from the Spider-Man game.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's I don't know. That's Chinese, not Korean, so I feel like there might be some backlash.
Also,
if that were the case.
I don't know what the Marvel's rights are to use Spider-Man characters outside of Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, the part that got me like, wait, what are they for real? Is that what's the name? So this is from GamesRadar.com. Who could Steven Yeun play? The Sentry. What?
That is.
Damn.
Bring up a picture of the Sentry. All right. Wait. Let me just share screen real quick. The Sentry is like a Superman type of character. Can
Sentry's
you see?
Like the Superman of Marvel. He's
like okay. Look at this man and put him in here. In a Sentry body.
Not just a Sentry
I don't
body.
think that's gonna happen.
It's just like the head and his hair and everything.
Yeah.
I can imagine him
Alright,
with like long flowing hair as well.
the next one we have Mephisto, which is like, yeah, sure. Why not? I can kind of sure, yeah. Norman Osborn, I don't think so.
Okay,
There's
why
no way.
why the Norman Osborn is interesting
Yeah,
because I
but
can
I
I
don't
can
know. I
see
don't
that.
think so. You can see
I
that?
was about to say why the heck would Mephisto be in a Thunderbolts movie?
I don't know. Because they are evil and Mephisto is in hell. Albert speechless. Yeah, Albert.
Doesn't make doesn't make sense story wise, but yeah.
Yeah, I know it doesn't, but hey, they put it here. I'm just reading their list, alright? We have Norman Osborn. What do you think? What do you think it makes sense, Bert?
Uh, Norman Osborn. I think he can play the role. I can see. I sort of in the age range. He definitely. Stephen Yeun have the. Stephen Yeun can do like the. He have the power dynamic that could play the role. I think. So it could be. It could be interesting.
Alright, alright, alright. Let's see what they have next here. We have Iron Fist
Nah.
Again?
again. Yeah, maybe better. Bullseyes.
Bullseye is interesting.
Bullseye
It's
is
interesting.
yeah, it's kind of interesting, but it's kind of goofy though. he
Yeah.
he throws stuff accurately. That's what he is. And I don't know who those are. Fixer, Mach 1, or Atlas. don't
I know
who they are.
Atlas. I don't know Fixer and Mark One. So,
Yeah, and
but
then
I don't know.
another one they
I
have
think I
is
just
Radioactive Man. Read?
I searched
Ooh, that is interesting.
I searched up Mach 1. He's supposed to be like Iron Man, but 4 specifically for
Okay,
the Thunderbolts.
see, okay, fair. But see, I don't know. Oh, the Beyond. Oh, that's weird. No way. I was about to say all the plausible castings wouldn't make sense if it's a bigger role in the MCU. Like, why the heck would Mach 1 be a crucial MCU character?
Yeah, that's why,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Radioactive Man is cool, but no way it's important. So, nor Bullseye. So yeah.
How about someone? Yeah, someone Bullseye is only important to Daredevil.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think he can shoot down multiverse. Iron Fist, I guess that's really important. Norman Osborn is important. Yeah. So yeah, those are what GamesRadar.com thinks. Steven
Anyway,
Yeun
can
could be played.
I like that you have a tab up top that says who is Steven Yeun. Your top
What?
right.
Who
Oh
is
no,
Steven
I
Yeun?
mean, oh, it's the title of the thing, all right. Who is Steven Yeun playing in Marvel Thunderbolt?
who is Steven Yeun playing? I thought you just Google who is Steven Yeun and you type
I know
the
who's
first article.
I know who Steven Yeun is, all right.
Fair. Any of
I
you watch Walking
know.
Dead?
No.
Only up to like season 3.
Okay. So before
Yeah.
Glenn met his demise, I don't know what season Glenn met his demise. I know
Yeah, he got his baseball in the hand.
he got
I mean,
whacked.
yeah.
He got baseball in the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, again, my best speculation is again Amadeus Cho, but that's probably too old. By the way, Amadeus Cho right now he's like a Hulk, so he can transform to a Hulk, but a smart Hulk. So that's interesting.
But
to
Hulk
see.
is already smart.
That is true. The MCU Hulk is smart, so that wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And
I
there's
don't know.
already the sun, right, at the end of what? She-Hulk?
Yeah, Sakar.
Right? Yeah.
Scar.
Sakar, yeah. Scar.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Mr. Negative could make sense. What
I
is his
kind of like
powers?
Mr. Negative.
I've
Being
never
negative.
really read into him being negative, being like
Being
non-positive.
negative. Being negative. He just looks at us and like this show is disappointing.
He just brings he just
All
brings
his-
people down by like telling
his-
you're no good.
His job is
It's not
giving like
ruth-
1-star Yelp reviews everywhere.
But he's not ruthless. He's not saying like you're a POS. You should kill yourself. No. He's just like this is disappointing. That's it. He's just very
That's all
calm.
he has
I'm
to say.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
Yeah. He's just like I'm not. He's just like this is unsatisfactory. That's it. Then he just leaves. He doesn't say anything bad or.
Alright, I'm opening up the wiki here. Let's see his powers real quick. Outside of being a negative man. Let's see. He have limited shape shifting. Okay.
Limited. Okay. Only
Object-
negative. being.
Object empowerment. All right. What's this one? Person empowerment. Oh, he empowers people, not bring down
That's the
people.
opposite of negative.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe he is. Maybe he's Mr. Positive this whole time.
Mr.
Is it like
Positive.
is it like a motivational speaker? What is a people empowerment?
I don't know. We have to look this up.
I am not familiar with Mr.
corrupt-
Negative. I thought you played the game. Isn't he in the game?
I know. Yeah, he is in the game, but he's barely part of the villain. He's just
Okay.
someone we kick once.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that, at least, yeah. So I guess he's a person empowerment kind of guy. Yeah. What is this?
Wait, I don't know why.
What?
Well, when I opened up the Google Mr. Negative, right, and it appears in the Marvel database fandom, I was like reading.
Yeah.
I thought his powers were human trafficking operations, but apparently he was just involved in it. I didn't read the full thing.
That's
Mr.
his power,
Negative,
human
powers,
trafficking.
Human trafficking.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. Oh, it's like, that's not.
All right.
Wait, I just realized
what is it?
I think
Go on,
Mr. Negative is like part like Asian descent, because I think it said that he knows English and Mandarin.
Chinese.
It says multilingual.
He's a
yeah.
Chinese immigrant, yeah. Yeah, but Steven Yeun
Steven
is
Yeun?
Korean. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. That's what you said about the backlash part might come in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because people are pretty sensitive about that. So
Yeah. This is the wrong race. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's why I said there might be backlash. So by the way, the Wikipedia one is much clearer on Mr. Negative power. Superhuman strength, healing touch, mind control, access to advanced technology, and secret laboratories. Ability to switch between reverse and regular appearance. And charging melee weapons with his negative energy. Wait, Mr. Positive is a real person? What?
What does he do? What does he
Oh wait,
do?
no. It's I thought it's notable aliases. Mr. Positive, so he is a motivational speaker at one point.
Oh wait, so he is both Mr. Negative and Mr. Positive.
Like human trafficking is his night job. His day job is motivational speaker.
I wish he had a
This is
I wish he had a third form just called Mr. Neutral.
Mr. Neutral. That's him in the evening.
Yeah, that's even.
this is like if Andrew Tate is a comic character, man. What the fuck?
Oh my
Wait,
god.
what?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, I
the
just
whole-
thought about it.
Yeah, connect the
whole
dots.
connect the dots.
The weakness pizza boxes.
The box.
Anyway. Back to this. So clearly we don't know what he is. Prediction is Amadeus Cho, Mr. Negative. That's like our too big, and Norman Osborn, I guess. Again, he'll be in other projects in the future. That should be interesting. But I do want to touch on a little bit about the Thunderbolts outside of Steven Yeun. We know Harrison Ford is playing Thunderbolt Ross, right? And apparently he's going to be the U.S. president. That is interesting to see. Although Thunderbolt Ross in the comics is, if you don't know, he is the Red Hulk. And can I just say, I want to imagine Harrison Ford on set putting on a tight mocap suit with balls all over. Can you imagine how happy he would be doing that? He would be so happy having to do mocap for the Red Hulk. No, it's sarcasm. And sarcasm, by the way. He'll be the grumpiest man of all time. And you imagine him trying to put on a tight suit and having to pretend to be the Hulk, like, ah! Can you imagine him on set trying to do that?
Here's the thing, right? He's a grumpy old man, so I don't think he has to pretend. He just has to
He
wear
just
the
has to be
suit and then,
himself.
yeah, he just has to wear the suit
Be
and
himself.
just like
It's-
be himself. And everyone just like films him around.
It's like, Mr. Ford, Mr. Ford, we gotta shoot you in action. He just walked off set. It's like, you know what? We can use that.
Yeah.
Just walking off set.
So in the
CGI
actual
in.
movie, it's like Hulk appears.
Leave the rooms.
Go! I'm ready to fight you. He just leaves the room. Red Hulk leaves the
He
room.
just leaves the room.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Oh, man. There's no way
I'm
Marvel
pretty
can
sure
fund it.
that if Red Hulk is coming, they're going to put like a mocap double for him.
Dude, Yeah, because there is no way Marvel can convince him to put on a mocap suit, right? No chance.
Yeah.
Maybe
Unless
money could
Marvel
do
is
it,
ready to
but
throw like a lot of money. Yeah.
even so, it'll be so funny. I just want to see behind the scenes of him putting on those suit that Mark Ruffalo uses because it looks so goofy.
Yeah.
Oh man, it'll be so great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. I guess that's
let's
about
move
it.
on.
I don't have any other thoughts on the Stephen Yeun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
fair.
Next one, Albert. What do we have?
All right, next one. We got some Hogwarts Legacy news. So Hogwarts Legacy, after how many weeks has it been out? Teguh, you know this. You play the game.
Yes.
Has it been like 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
2 maybe.
Okay.
February 11th or 13th. Yeah, 2 weeks.
So it's been 2 weeks. Hogwarts Legacy announced some numbers. They've sold 12 million units, over 850 million in sales. It is the biggest ever global launch for Warner Brothers games. Also, some fun facts: 267 million hours played, 393 million magical plants grown, 224 million potion brewed,
Grown.
and 1.25 billion dark wizards defeated. Teguh, how many of those numbers did you contribute to?
Not a lot.
Wait, how much of the game did you play?
No, I'm not far. So okay, the game, with a lot of new games nowadays, a big problem is what's the word I'm looking for? Optimization. So when it comes out, it's still a bit laggy. There's still a few bugs, right? So I have 29 hours in, and I think I'm
Gotcha.
about at the halfway mark, maybe the 1/3 of the way mark. But I've decided to like just wait it out a bit, let a few patches roll in, let the game stabilize. And plus I'm getting a bit tired of open world games. So I'm putting that on the side for now. But it is fun. Yes.
Oh, Kelvin
And
left.
I made my character in the game exactly the same, well, as close as I could at least, to the one on the Wizarding World like official website thing, with like the same like yeah, you know this, Albert, like
Mm-hmm.
with like the same wand and all of that. So yeah, it's fun. Except I kind of got scammed. So Albert, there's like the YouTube short you sent about like how all the houses have like different like side quests, Albert.
Yes. Is that accurate?
I don't know, but like I saw another video that like went into more detail, and yeah, it's pretty accurate. But you know how to say that Hufflepuff has one quest that's unique and like really cool.
Mhm.
I just found out what that quest was like last week. You go to
What is it?
Azkaban.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I just wondered, that means they made Azkaban, they made a map for it, they coded it in and everything, but you can only access it if you're playing Hufflepuff.
Huh.
That's
I had
wait. So you
this
cannot
discussion
free
with
roam
Teguh
into it?
No,
from-
it's
No, I
a
had this
quest. It's a
discussion-
quest location only.
Yeah, I
And
had this
that
discussion
quest
with
is
Teguh, just like, why Azkaban is only available for Hufflepuff? I'm like, I think they're the only students gullible enough to go.
F you.
No, but I'm a Hufflepuff too, Albert. Like, we're just too
That is
friendly
true.
and like, hello, hi, the
we
mentors.
couldn't say no. We couldn't say no. They told us to go to Azkaban. I'm like,
Yeah, we're like, okay,
I
guess
got
I'll be
homework.
friended.
Fine.
I'll
Off we
be
go
friended
fighting
Dementors.
dementia.
Hey,
Dementia.
can
Yeah.
you
Hello,
go to
dementia.
Azkaban, please? What? No, please. Okay,
Please,
fine.
okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw the I saw like a reference explanation somewhere of a joke of how to describe the 4 houses. This is how each of the Hogwarts houses opens a door. Ravenclaw will try to find a key. Slytherin will try to pick the lock. Gryffindors will just knock it down, just kick it down. Hufflepuff will knock. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I thought
exactly.
Slytherin was gonna slither just now.
You
Slytherin gonna slither.
Slytherin just like.
no, let's get as the who's played the game. I don't think any of us played the
The
game.
only one.
We've seen him gameplay. His
Yeah, I've
gameplay.
seen the gameplay.
Well, quick review on the game to go. What do you think? This is a
So
good
far,
game? Do you
at
think this
least.
is a bad game?
Yeah.
What's the potential of this game?
I think so far in my 30 hours of playing it, it's a really good game. Apart from the performance issues, but I have one very big complaint that I think I've complained to Ariq and Kelvin, and I know I have ranted about to Tim and Jogo and John. It's the controls,
What's with
the
Okay.
combat controls. Now,
Oh.
this might not make sense to you if you don't play a lot of like these kinds of games, right? But all right, so here's my controller, right?
Mhm.
You like
Xbox controller.
it's an Xbox controller, but so you move with your left stick, you look with your right, and that's fine, right? But then attack is like right bumper, and now
Usually,
most
yeah.
other games will make block left bumper. But in
Mhm.
this game, for some reason, they bind it to Y, and then but also bound to your Y or your skill. So if you want to use like Avada Kedavra or whatever, you have to press and hold the trigger and then press Y. So basically in combat, there's too much on your right hand and your left hand does nothing except move your character, and that really annoys me.
Hmm.
It's
Mhm.
just the controls are just really unintuitive. But other than
Can you-
that, no, you can't
Uh-huh.
rebind it.
Oh, okay.
They
I was
don't
gonna
allow
ask
you to
that,
rebind
yeah.
it if it's a controller.
Yeah,
So,
controllers can't. Yeah.
Oof.
yeah, I mean, if you could rebind it, then I wouldn't be complaining about it. I
Complain
just
about it, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
rebind
Yeah.
it. And like they made left button, Kelvin, use item.
Huh.
That's what pisses me
Okay.
off even more. Use item makes more sense on Y to me. Like to me at least, right? Because I'll be blocking a lot more than I am going to be using item. So
Yeah,
yeah, there
I
was
guess, yeah.
there was that complaint, but other than that, no, the game's great. I don't know if we will get to have a Patronus later on in the game, but at least so far, none.
Maybe if you go to Azkaban, you will have to use a Patronus because that's where the Dementors are. Oh wait, you cannot
so
go to
only
Azkaban.
Hufflepuff gets it?
Only Hufflepuffs get the
Damn.
Patronus.
Patronus. Wow.
The
Only the
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuffs get it.
The
Yeah.
Hufflepuffs,
They
yeah, indeed.
hustling so hard they
Hustle.
get a Patronus.
Yeah,
Hustling.
they hustle.
Yeah.
Hustling.
They hustled the Patronus.
They hustle the Patronus.
But,
Uh,
Okay.
but yeah.
Which is
So I guess
some
I was
Go
gonna say I guess the Twitter trying to boycott it kind of failed then.
yeah.
I think them trying to boycott it made the game more famous than it
even
would
bigger.
have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, even bigger.
Free publicity.
I don't know why we're
I
done.
know,
Yeah.
Kelvin. I know you will really appreciate this.
Huh?
Fashion to your heart's content.
Ooh, that's the best
Because
part in
the way
every
it works
game.
is, like all the clothing has armor rating, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have layered armor, and you don't
Oh,
have
okay,
to
that's nice.
craft it. As soon as you find
Oh.
an armor, it gets immediately registered as layer as well.
Oh, that's really nice.
So you can
Why
sell
don't-
off the armor as well, and you can just like layer
But you still
whatever
have
like
it.
item you. Yeah, you still have
Oh,
it.
That's
why
in
don't
really
they
cool.
have that in Monster Hunter, huh, Kelvin?
I know,
Bad
right?
game. Bad game, but yeah. L.
Alright.
But
Yeah,
I don't know why.
yeah,
I
it's
just
good.
want to
It's a good
discuss
game.
about the Hufflepuff thing. I don't know. I keep calling
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff. I can't. All I can imagine is like Andrew Tate's Patronus is a Bugatti Chiron.
What the hell?
Expect no Patronum, and it's just a
His-
Bugatti
his-
appears.
his-
Beep beep.
his
Yeah.
his Bogart is a pizza box.
A pizza box from Romania.
Specifically from there.
Hufflepuff. Yeah, specifically from
Ha!
there.
Oh, PTSD. No.
Pizza. No.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to
Alright.
say. I haven't played this game.
Yeah, I mean, with this recent news, people are Warner Bros has been like, if this keeps going, and down the line, we might make a TV show or a movie with this Hogwarts Legacy team. So,
Oh.
what do you think of that potential? Do you think the
Okay.
game based on? I don't know what the story of the game is. I legitimately don't know. So with
Goblin
having that in
Revolution.
mind, what do you think could work?
I think it. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
single player game, so it should work,
it's a
right?
single player.
Games like story focused, kinda. So yeah, it should work pretty well.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't see why not.
yeah. I mean, also like Teguh mentioned it when we are playing. It's like to what I know at least, this takes place like way, way, way back before the Harry Potter movies or Fantastic Beasts,
Oh
so it
yeah.
wouldn't
I was
interfere with
talking about this
anything.
with I was talking with this with a colleague at work. So people said it was like 100 years before the Harry Potter movie. Damn, Kelvin, you just got shut down. But
Star Machine in the chat says Kelvin is not allowed to talk in this segment since he still haven't watched Harry Potter.
You got
I
it. You gotta watch
watched
it.
the first Fantastic Beasts. All right,
That's not Harry Potter.
it's in the Potter universe. All right, go continue.
But
Yeah.
yeah, keep forgetting what the current like headmaster's name is, but he's from like the Black lineage, and
Oh,
he's
cool.
like you know the was it Sirius Black? Is that what his name was in the movies in the Harry Potter movies?
Sirius is one of the black family. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and like in the game, I think it's like Nigel Black or something, but like he's like Sirius's like great grandfather or something.
Okay.
So it is set basically like two whole like family generations before Harry Potter.
Yeah, and that's what I like. If they're doing a movie or a show, it's still in the universe, but it's like far away enough where they don't have to even reference anything. Maybe they can for fan service, but they don't have to. They're not constricted to anything in particular. Like my issues with prequel for the most cases, like you sort of have to explain how something happens, but if it's so far back, you don't really need to worry about that. So they have a bit of a freedom. It's mainly focused on the main character is like year 5, so that's a teenager, right? So
Yeah.
that's sort of like it's it's young enough where people are still sort of coming of age kind of thing, which is what the appeal for Harry Potter was for the most part, and like with the Hogwarts everything, which is always a big appeal that the Fantastic Beasts series doesn't have. So that's a good factor. And again, yeah, being it far back, it's removed from it, nothing to do with Fantastic Beasts, and still on the family youth demographic kind of thing. Kelvin has been smiling this whole time. I'm suspicious.
I don't know.
He's very
I'm just
serious.
I'm just happy inhaling this fixed inhaler. All right. Yeah.
Ariq, if we were to get either a movie or a show, do you have a preference? And do you think it's a good idea?
Well, to be honest, we literally saw The Last of Us work right in front of our eyes.
Oh,
So
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see why this wouldn't either, but I don't know I don't see the point though if they just follow the exact same story.
well,
Of the
the game does it have a linear storyline, or is it like sort of interactive?
you still
Well, not
explore, I
interactive,
guess, right?
multi-
From what I
You said
see.
the
It's
game? The game?
exploration, yeah.
It's exploration, but the story itself is pretty linear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yes.
But honestly, like thinking about it so far, at least thinking about it so far, they can't do a Last of Us thing where like they just follow the story completely. They will have to modify it a bit because the current story as it is, it appeals much more if you're like jumping into the wizarding world. If you're watching it for a narrative, for like a story, I think it needs a bit of work.
That's true. I don't think you want to see a guy going around hoops in the TV series.
Yeah.
In a
Going
broom.
around the what?
But
It's
like,
part of the broom tutorial. You have to fly through hoops.
Oh,
no, but like even though the
Yeah.
gameplay thing
I mean,
aside,
yeah.
like the story narrative, I think they need to like add a bit of filler, not
Yeah.
not filler, like yeah.
I mean,
supplement.
Some changes,
like
yeah.
doing the filler should be easy because it is like taking place in school, so they can do some kind of
This is
I
not
don't know,
the...
just like playing like the sports competition or something like that. There's a,
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of
there's
activities,
a lot
I
of
guess, in Hogwarts, right?
activities in
I'm
Hogwarts, yeah.
assuming at least. Yeah. So you doing the filler stuff should be fine. Yeah. But I much
That
rather
is fair.
I think it would work better as a TV series, honestly.
I think they could go entirely new story because the wizarding world is pretty massive, is it not? A massive like
It's
world to
huge.
Yeah.
explore, yeah. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
they could...
Plus, this is Warner Brothers, so they have access directly to HBO Max, right? So that is the
Mhm.
HBO Max budget right there. So
Oh yes,
you know,
yes.
uh, but yeah, Yeah, I mean, like I said, I guess it makes sense, especially because the house varies from character to character, so they have to adjust that. They have to choose a protagonist, unless
Choose one.
yeah, they have. And well, no, it doesn't work. I was about to say unless they focus on the main, unless they took a supporting character from the game and make it the main character for the show or movie. But I don't think that works. I don't know anything about the supporting characters, but they
Well,
probably won't work.
I have a question about the Potter universe thing. All right, does the case like the move like the Divergent ever happens? Like this person is like all for
All four
all,
houses.
all four
Yeah.
houses.
yeah. Does
Not
that
to
ever
my
happen?
knowledge. I can look it up,
Okay.
but not to my
Wait,
knowledge.
so
I'm
that
just
means there's like a
curious.
person who's like, you are brave, you are sly, you are gullible, and you are intelligent.
There,
Yep.
I
All
mean,
at once.
it can be that someone have all those traits, but at the end of the day, they have to be assigned to a house. Because where are they supposed to sleep?
That's true.
What if they just have a room in each
On the
one?
floor.
On the floor.
Floor.
I imagine I imagine a divergent student would just sleep any bunk they want to, just like, oh, I go to the Ravenclaw house. Or like, oh,
Yeah,
Slytherin.
just like you gotta chime into for the house cup, right? You gotta have
Oh,
the
wait,
common room.
that means what happens if they're giving points to him? 10 points to all houses.
All
Just
houses?
all houses. He just gets 10 points to all houses if he
Yeah,
does it.
I don't think there is such thing where someone belongs to all of them. It just doesn't make
Alright.
sense. So,
All right, just curious if that ever
Just
happened.
making sure.
yeah.
Divergent student.
All right. You got like we all made Pottermark at one point. Do you guys remember what you guys were before we move on to the next
My house,
news? Yeah.
Hufflepuff all the way.
Hufflepuff. Avic? How about
Yeah,
you?
yeah, Hufflepuff. Yeah, Hufflepuff
Hufflepuff
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got Hufflepuff as well.
We're
Teguh
all
got Hufflepuff.
gullible. We're all
Yeah.
Oh
gullible.
yeah, gullible boys. How about Teguh? Are you
Gullible.
Hey,
gullible
wait,
boy?
we're dedicated and we're loyal and we're hardworking. That's the Hufflepuff.
And we get
motto.
sent to Azkaban for a
And we
field trip.
get sent to
He gets Azkaban.
Damn, I
For a
wanna
field
go
trip,
on.
yeah.
Is this
How
why I
about Teguh? Are
couldn't
you
join
a
you guys
Huffle
on your
boy?
field trip back then in grade
No, no.
9? Because you all
Yes.
were
Oh.
actually going to Azkaban, and I'm not a
Yeah, pretty
Hufflepuff.
much.
Teguh is Ravenclaw.
So
That's why he
Teguh, are you
chose
a Huffle
Ravenclaw.
boy? Oh,
No,
Teguh is
I got
Ravenclaw.
put into Ravenclaw.
Boo.
You're not gullible.
Not gullible enough.
enough.
Let's see the chat here. Star Machine is a Gryffindor and
Gryffindor,
Samuelstein is a
brave
Ravenclaw. Yeah.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah.
Good,
We
good
got
diversity.
a bunch of Hufflepuff here in the
Why is
council.
nobody a Slytherin? Why is nobody sly and cunning? I don't know what Slytherin.
I don't know. We ain't slithering, that's why.
Ambitious.
We don't
Slytherin
slither.
is
Ambitious.
ambitious.
Oh, ambitious.
And cunning. Yeah.
How about Gryffindor again? What are they?
Bravery.
Brave, courageous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
courageous.
bold, brave, courageous. Ravenclaw is intelligent, creative. Hufflepuff, hardworking, dedicated. Slytherin, cunning, ambitious. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuffs. we puff Huffles. Let's go.
Huffles.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, wait. No, the logo for Hufflepuff, like they're supposed to be the cute little students, yet they have the honey badger as their logo.
Right.
I don't know if it's a honey badger or it's just a regular badger.
Regardless, badgers are vicious little.
Yeah.
I can't say those words.
Yeah. Very vicious.
Hey,
They're
they're hard.
vicious.
They're hardworking animals. You know what? Let's
I
buy
know,
this.
but they're vicious bastards, though.
Yeah, they're hardworking at being vicious bastards.
Yeah, no, but they're not gullible and sweet like
All right,
Hufflepuff
hey, here,
students are.
the meaning according to what is this mugglenet.com. Well, that's a muggles. Can we trust muggles?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't trust muggles.
Not those muggles, but yeah, go on.
Hufflepuff, even though they're made as the butt of the joke because of it, the badger is thought to be the story keeper of the animal kingdom, garnering wisdom, strength, courage, and persistence from the stories it had assembled within its mind.
Okay, that makes sense. They're a persistent little bastard.
Alright.
Ariq really has a thing against badgers.
Yeah, I know,
They are
right?
vicious. They are vicious.
There might be a history here that we just didn't know.
I played Far Cry.
Ariq-
I played Far Cry 4. They're vicious.
I have bad experience with the badgers.
They took a full clip of an AK. They're vicious.
Oh my
Alright,
God.
alright. Now let's go to the next news, I guess, right? What is it, Albert?
Yes. So we are getting a It prequel series for HBO Max. It's called Welcome to Derry, which is the place where the Pennywise roaming. Derry, Massachusetts, Maine. Forgot. New Hampshire,
I forgot.
somewhere. Gotta check it out. But yeah,
Ohio.
no, it's definitely not Ohio. It's one of the New England. It's one of the New England states.
Idaho.
But yeah, it's called Welcome to Derry. It's an It prequel series. Andy Muschietti, the director of the It movies, will be directing a couple of episodes, including the first one. So, are you guys excited about this? And what kind of story do you want to see in this prequel series?
Nice.
Let's start with the biggest horror fan of all of us, Teguh.
He doesn't even watch. He doesn't
So
even
Tago,
watch.
what do you think it is about? Or do you read it IT?
IT.
It's about information technology.
Information technology.
This is about interns,
what's the
IT interns coming to Derry.
Yeah.
What's
IT.
the prequel to information technology?
Before technology.
What industrious technology? Shut up. Industrious technology.
What comes before information? Guessing technology.
Obviously.
I don't know.
Do you know anything about the It films, Teguh?
I know he's a clown, but is not a clown, like monster alien that lives in sewers and hands out
I still
balloons.
got it.
You know, that's a good.
Yeah, he hands out balloons willingly.
The
Yeah.
hands out balloons part is not exactly part of his job description. It's just a hobby. But yeah. Kelvin, you're an It fan, right?
I
No?
like the dancing, but that's about it. Yeah, in
Oh.
the series, I hope he does the dancing, or at least we see the inspiration of the dance. I kind of want to see that.
Inspiration for the dance. What is that? So you think he sees someone do the dance and he's like, I'm gonna take that as my signature move.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like, oh, that move, and then we get to see him like in the sewer practicing it.
and just failing like, oh, it's not good enough.
It was like,
Way to
oh
master it."
man, yeah, and then he mastered the move.
Like,
Wait, so this series is connected to the movies, right? I guess.
I would assume so.
All right.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I
I
have
really
n-
don't know what stories to have for it before the movies. Yeah,
there.
because this is going off completely original, right? Because I don't think Stephen King
Well,
has written anything before, like a prequel to it.
yes, I believe Stephen King has not written anything in prequel, but I also don't know. I've never read the books. I also don't know how much of the books did the movie adapt. Maybe there are stuff from the books that they never even touched. So
Yeah, they
that
never
could
touched the
put
orgy
into this.
part
They definitely did not touch the orgy part.
or the
They also
turtle.
did not exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is that what are they gonna? There's a weird. In case you guys don't know, there's like a weird alien space turtle thing, right? That defeats. That's like the mortal enemy of the
Of
Pennywise
it,
dancing.
basically.
It's
Yeah.
weird as hell. It's trippy. Stephen King was on acid when he wrote this novel, so that's what
I,
happens.
I think if I remember correctly, the turtle puke the universe out. So you're living in
Yeah, he
puke.
created out of the Big Bang or something.
Yep. Alright, yeah. Go onward.
So yeah, I was like, I don't know how many of the books they haven't covered that they could maybe cover in this one, but yeah, I'm not familiar. I am somewhat excited. I'm not sure. I have to see what kind of story they're telling. I do like the It movies work for me because of the coming of age appeal to it, which is why the second one isn't as great as the first one, in my opinion. And if you take that all away and you just focus on Pennywise, setting it in whatever era this is gonna be. I don't even know if it's like modern era, if this is going to be Middle Ages. I don't even know. Pennywise with dinosaurs. I don't know like how far back they're
Pennywise
gonna
with
go.
They don't have balloons
Um,
yet back then.
fair, fair. But yeah, I don't know how far back. Could be interesting, but am, I am, I am still like, if I'm not fully convinced that it will work yet. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
think
about
I
you
think my
guys.
main thing is that I gotta see the rest of the cast first, because I don't think unless Pennywise is the main character, which is will be weird, I guess. Right?
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ariq, how about you? You got any thoughts on this?
I'm just straight up not too interested in it. I don't know why. The
Yeah,
films
makes
didn't do
sense.
much for me. Well, the first film I liked it, but the second one, not so much. And I don't even know what they're supposed to explore here. The lore of Pennywise or something.
We already kind of know a lot about him, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know what I'm looking forward to exactly. That's really just the main issue. And if I don't know
The only
what
thing
I'm
I'm
looking
looking
forward to, how am I supposed to be interested in it?
the only thing I'm looking forward to is just Bill Skarsgård playing Pennywise again.
If he's
He's
back,
great.
if
Is
it's
he?
back,
Is that not
Yeah.
confirmed? Oh,
it's
okay.
not confirmed.
I don't-
So,
It's not
Alright,
confirmed.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
but yeah,
Yeah.
he's good in
Alright.
the role. He's really good.
Something about it is like the Tim Curry it that time, the Pennywise one. It's also the same thing where the first chapter is the good one with the kids, and the adult when they're adults is like it's bad. Same thing with this one as well. Chapter 1 and
Yeah.
chapter 2. Yeah.
So they should focus on kids again then in the TV show if they want to make it
That's
more
what I'm
fun for me.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of
Because
making
kids again,
Pennywise
it's
the main
like
character.
yeah, because I guess yeah, kids are imagination runs wild. I guess right. So you know
And
it'll be
it is scarier to see kids, not scarier. You people are usually more invested in horror movies when kids get scared as compared to full grown adults get scared.
mm, yeah
Yeah, that
yeah
makes sense. Yeah.
Like
makes sense. Yeah.
I worry more when
Yeah, you worry
Phil
more.
Wolfhard got scared instead of when Bill Hader got scared, you know? Kind of thing.
When Bill Hader got scared, I'm more like huh, funny.
Funny. Oh my god. Yeah, fair, exactly. Okay, so
Yeah,
we're
honestly, not too excited. I
Alex.
guess just okay.
Yeah, all of us are still mid about it. I guess we'll see what happens.
We need to know more. I guess right before.
Yeah, they haven't
we,
mentioned really
yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Dude, you know what they should do?
Yeah.
They should like do Welcome to the Jungle, but change Jungle to Dairy.
Welcome to the dairy.
Welcome to the dairy.
Welcome to the dairy.
We got clowns in the sewers. We got balloons for days. That might make you float.
Welcome to the dairy.
Dairy, welcome to the dairy. We got clowns that will.
I always
Kill
say the dairy, not welcome to
you.
dairy. Welcome to the dairy.
That's the opening soundtrack.
They should do that for the opening.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Then.
I guess that's about it for the prequel news. Yeah. Not much to
Mhm.
know about it yet. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I guess now we do. Yeah, that's about it for all the news. And now lastly, I guess for the last segment, we're going to do spoiler discussion, right? On
Yeah. Before yeah, spoiler discussion for Last of Us. Before we do that, I just want to ask: should I save the game for next episode then?
yeah, might as well. 200
Okay.
episode. Let's have a game
Yeah,
then.
I'll save the
episode,
game
yeah.
for the 2 episodes. All right. There
Yeah.
we go. So anyway, Kelvin, take it away.
All right, yeah. For no segment here, we'll do a spoiler discussion on The Last of Us episode 6. So yeah, like I said, spoiler alert, obviously. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it first. Come back, and then come back to this part, I guess. Or I'm guessing Albert's going to clip it out later on, right?
I will. Yes.
All right. So yeah. Now let's get to the spoiler discussion for Last of Us episode 6. Yeah. Uh I episode 5 is such a high standard. But yeah. Anyway, episode 6 is like it's quite nice. Ellie and Joel is closer than ever after this episode. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um. Yeah, pretty much that, and we get to see a bit of the whole what's the name relationship, I guess, from Joel and Tommy, right? His brother's name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty neat. We get to see more of their backstory kind of thing, and why they got separated. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much my quick thoughts on it first. Yeah. How about you, Bert?
I thought this episode was good. Again, it's episode 5 was so good that I don't want to compare it, but
It
in this
overshadowed kind
own,
of. Yeah.
but yeah, in this own, I think it's good. I like what's the name of the Jackson? Is it the name of the town? I like that. Is
Think
it
so.
Jackson?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I like that there is that there is sort of a whole this whole civilization in this middle of this outbreak and everything. But the episode feels a little bit rushed in my opinion because they start off the episode not in the town and then they eventually met his brother, which is awesome and everything. I like that moment, and they're in the town. And I thought they're gonna end the episode in the town, but then they already left. They already went to the university, and they already left that as well. So it's like it feels pretty fast paced. This episode, they're pushing the pace a little bit. I just felt like, interesting that they're going this kind of fast. But I like the performance, man. Pedro Pascal. I think this might be my favorite performance. I think he might be my favorite performance of him. Like I always think he's a good actor. This show solidifies me as a great actor because I've never seen him doing anything like this. Like how he does the PTSD kind of thing. He realized that he's having like heart issues, like panic attack kind of thing, as well as when the scene where he's talking to his brother about what he's experienced is such a good performance by both Diego Luna and Pedro Pascal. So yeah, that whole sequence is great. And the argument sequence with with Ellie is also good. And I'm aware that it's taken straight out of the show, is it not? Out of the game, that whole argument.
The one where she's sitting on the windowsill
yes,
and yeah, that's exactly from the game 100%. Even the dialogue.
yeah.
All right.
So I was like, I like that they do that, and yeah, that I think they did a good job. So yeah, just quick thoughts. That's it.
Alright, we'll get to Ariq last because he'll do the game comparison like usual.
Game comparison. That's always the final part. Yeah.
That's the final part. Yeah, that's your job, Ariq, for this Last of Us things.
Ariq's highlight moment, you know.
Yeah. All right. How about you, Teguh? You just watched it today. What's your thoughts on episode 6?
Yeah, it's hard to top episode 5, but I did quite like it. Yeah, I like seeing Joel meet Tommy as well. That was like really good. Like, yeah, I don't know.
You like the horses?
Did you like the
I
horses?
I did like the horses. Yeah, and yeah, I think that was like the first time that like we really see, I guess, like Joel really consider Ellie more than just cargo, I guess, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair.
And then even at the end, you know, when he's like, you know, Ellie should have a say in this, like she should have a choice. I think that was also like, yeah, okay, now like he really like cares for her. And cliffhanger, you know, cliffhanger. I mean, we know he's not dead, but
Spoilers. No, I'm just kidding.
Spoilers.
we're in a spoiler discussion, Albert.
The game, not for the show.
The game.
No, I'm just kidding. I know.
It gives me that
Damn.
for like years.
What
Yeah.
have I
That is
done?
that is the first cliffhanger of the show so far, right? Is it not? I think it is.
How did it
feel
end
like,
again?
yeah. He just
I mean,
fell
Joel,
off the
did it end?
horse.
Joel got stabbed in the university. He
Oh,
and
right,
he fell off.
right,
He
right.
fell off the horse.
Yeah, and he fell off the horse. Yeah.
And Ellie's like, I cannot do this
Mm.
without you, or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alright.
Teguh, go on.
No, I know I like that. That's all really.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now let's get to Ariq highlight moment.
Wait, so do you want me to discuss the whole thing? I guess like
You
Yeah,
can
just
share your
tell
thoughts
your
first on the
thoughts first.
episode if you
or
want.
just thoughts.
Yeah.
Thoughts first. All right. So
Thoughts
somebody
and then comparison if you want to. Yeah.
Thoughts and then comparison. All right. So
Sure.
thoughts for someone who remembered this part of the game. I think I appreciate this episode a lot more than you guys did. Like Albert said, like it felt rushed, dude. The game is even far more rushed. It's just like
Really?
cuts. After
Really? Okay.
Henry shot his head, it's like cut to the next scene immediately. Nothing else in between.
Huh.
Just cut
Directly to the town
immediately.
kind of thing.
Basically.
Oh, damn, all right. That's
Basically
fast.
like that, yeah. So
That was
so like
fast.
yeah, it's actually a lot more like fleshed out in here. As well with Joel's like the PTSD thing. But however, that's a good change. However, the second half or like near the last part is actually not as good of a change. Like it's not. It's a lot less. It's a lot more underwhelming. Is basically what happened.
Are you
So
by
which
second
part?
half? You mean after
Not
they
second half.
leave?
Sorry. When after they leave the town and went to the like university.
University.
That's not even the second half. That's more like the last quarter of the episode or something. Yeah.
Kind of like a final act, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's like the final
Yeah.
act basically of the episode. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of like so there's like a lot of differences, but at the same time, not really. I'm not so sure. So some for the better, some for not so better.
Yeah. All right.
If I may chime in on the comparisons, because I was looking up
Yeah.
some of the sequences right after I watched it last night.
Yeah.
The particular moment I want to talk about is once again the argument sequence. I believe in the game, it's sort of like it's kind of more rushed in the moment, like the argument happened, and then I think automatically after that there's an action sequence where you have to kill some people right after.
What?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Wait, why are they
Well,
killing
yeah,
people in the game?
basically.
Because
I
they're
don't
in a
remember. I
house and
think-
there are raiders or whatever. Someone
Yeah, yeah.
coming to the house.
Oh,
So it was
someone
like, huh,
attacked.
what the?
Okay.
Yeah, and Tommy was there too. It's like automatically, it's like after the fight, it's like, hey, you guys, someone's here. Come on, let's get ready. I'm like, whoa, what the heck?
Okay. Okay. What the
But in
heck?
the show, Joel is in a such vulnerable moment because he just talked himself out. He just spilled his feelings to Tommy, and then now he's there, and then he confronts by Ellie, and then Ellie's like, why are you so worried? Blah blah blah. And Joel like sort of like admit that he's afraid to lose her, which is I love the character development from the beginning of the show to up to here, like so small and like it takes its time, but you can clearly tell that Joel cares about Ellie now, and he is afraid of losing her, like he lost everyone else in his life. And I like that change, and I like the development of that he couldn't take it anymore. That's why PTSD is like, I can't do this anymore. It's too much for me. So I love all of that. And yeah, I personally, again, I don't play the game, but based on what I saw, I like the one in the show better because Joel is on a more vulnerable emotional state, and then they don't rush to an action sequence right after it. They sort of let the characters like
They
breathe a
don't. They don't
little.
even do action sequence. I feel like.
No.
Yeah,
In this
yeah,
one, right?
basically.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What were you
So,
gonna say
anyone
before?
would-
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyone is like down for the comparison immediately, or they still have
Yeah,
thoughts
yeah.
to share about scenes? Okay. So I guess I'll
Go ahead.
rewind from the very start, from the beginning of the episode. So the cabin in the woods where they meet the old couples, that was in the game,
Mhm.
completely new. And that was actually
Okay.
quite a decent way to find like some kind of humanizing the characters and such, in my
Yeah,
opinion,
Instead
for
of
the
skipping
series.
directly, yeah.
Yeah, and also gives context to like where they are currently,
Mm.
And also they
Okay.
mentioned like it's 3 months after the events of Henry and his brother as well. So that they didn't mention that in the game either.
Did they mention it's
Uh,
been 3 months? Holy cow!
It mentioned in the
I
series,
missed
yeah.
that. Okay.
So like so that's cool. So there's context to it. The what is it? Joel, when he has like severe PTSD where he's like absolutely terrified when he might lose Ellie or something. That did happen in the game. He's still just a grumpy old man killing people ruthlessly. So in this one he adds a lot more emotion. There's so many to discuss. So Jacksonville, I think that's what they call
Okay.
it. That did not exist.
Jacksonville is a place in
Jackson.
Florida.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
never mind.
okay.
No, Jacksonville.
That's where all the
Jacksonville does
crazy
not
people
exist,
live.
guys. Florida does not exist. So the town of Jackson, that did not exist. They simply resided in the dam itself in the game,
Ah,
Wow.
okay.
rather than having a full-on town that is run by the dam. The dam.
Damn.
So that's quite new.
I
think
like
everything
the
Albert discussed-
joke though. Well, in the series, so interrupt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, oh, and Albert already mentioned it, the emotional moment with his brother. When they were discussing about Ellie in the bar, right? Yeah, because they did that, but they were like fighting off raiders, which is, I don't know, kind
Oh
of
my
weird.
god, really?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
as you mentioned
Raiders
that, yeah.
just comes at the most. What's the name? Like you're so like they interrupt so much. I
I
feel
know,
like
right?
in the
It's just
game.
yeah, it's just like I want to have a heartfelt discussion. Hold up. Pow, pow. All right. Hold up.
Lots more
Right.
heartfelt than some pew pew.
Right. So yeah, that was completely different, but at least it's in a good way. Now
Hmm.
this is the least boring part. Like the more boring part is when they finally reach the university. Um, like I think in the what is it in the game? The university had monkeys running around because they were like
Hmm.
test subjects and stuff or
Uh-huh.
something. So that's a little detail neat. But the most important part is when Joel, got when they ran away from the Raiders, right, in the TV series, like Joel got stabbed by like I don't even know what he got stabbed by, like a piece of splinter
She got a shift.
or something. He got
Yeah.
yeah, he got shivved basically by one guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's what I said, that it was kind of weak in a way, because in the game he was basically like trying to escort Ellie out of the entire university, killing like dozens of raiders in his path. But then he kind of
Oh.
like apa, and it was more brutal to what happened to him. Is what happened is like he fought a raider and he kind of fell off like a balcony and he landed on a piece of
Ooh.
rebar on his
Ooh.
on his spleen.
Ooh.
He
Ooh.
fell off and
That's
landed
bad.
on a rebar in the end. He kind of started bleeding out, and then
Oh, I
and
can
then
I
he
can
passed
feel
out
it.
yeah, and he passed out the same exact same way, same dialogue as well in the end. So I thought, yeah, I thought it
All right.
was a lot cooler in the game when he when what happened to him, as opposed to just shiv.
I, I guess they want to make it. What's it name?
Yeah,
They
to be
want
honest, they
to.
had
What's it name?
they want to speed
Lower
it
down
up,
the
I guess.
violence, I guess.
Yeah, lower down the violence, put more emphasis on story, because I guess like they don't have
Yeah.
5 minutes for him to kind of just blast around a
Yeah,
university.
that's true. Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense. But yeah, that's the only weaker part, I guess, comparatively. So yeah, thoughts on
What
it?
are things? Well, everyone's been mentioning the Last of Us 2. They set like I don't know,
Easter
the
eggs.
Easter eggs, I guess something like that. Yeah. Like,
Oh,
did you catch any of it, Rick? 'Cause I honestly
well,
don't know at all.
I don't know anything about The Last of Us 2 because
Oh, you didn't
I
watch that
didn't
one?
I didn't watch
Oh,
that
okay.
one. Yeah, I didn't bother.
But yeah, I'm just going to read the comment here from Sun Machine. So much setting up for The Last of Us 2. The Shimmer, Dina, the sheep farm, Ellie wanting to be an astronaut, and Tommy being a sharpshooter. Yeah. Uh, I don't know
Mhm.
what the context is for The Last
No
of Us
idea.
2, but it's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say, Rick?
No. I didn't say anything.
I I want to
Oh, it's
say,
Albert.
well, in the topic of comparing games and everything, and I heard this is from what people who have played the games said, which in the games you see Ellie and Joel bond through the gameplay, not necessarily from the cutscenes, right? You see them bond through the gameplay, like whether they're fighting off or whatever.
Yeah.
And in the show, there was a 3 month time jump, which sort of skips ahead in the character development a little bit. And when we see them bonding, either it was in the cabin in the beginning of the episode or when they're shooting the practice the target range kind of thing, that
Yep.
sort of feels like a cutscene in a way. And I
Yeah.
guess the criticism that the people who play the game said was like, it sort of feels like it doesn't feel as authentic, and you sort of wish you get more of those bonding moments like in the gameplay, but they don't exactly know how to do it in the show format. And I can sort of see that, and I'm like, yeah, the the shooting moment sort of was just there for the sake of being there in a
Mhm.
way. I don't know if you guys get what I'm trying to say
Okay.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The 3 month time jump was interesting because that sort of skip ahead a lot of stuff, like in terms
Yeah,
of
it
character
did. Yeah.
growth and everything. So I did
That
not caught that when I watched the episode till you just brought it up. Huh.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I don't have any other thoughts on episode 6.
I like I like the fact that Tommy is moving on with his life and doesn't tell Joel, and Tommy is about to have a kid, so it makes more stakes in the storyline.
Mm.
Because I believe Tommy doesn't have that in the games, right? Doesn't is not married or anything.
I don't think he was married. No, Maria I think existed in the game, but they're not like couples.
Are they having a baby? Oh, they're not
No,
couples. Okay.
no, they're not couples. They're not couples. So
Yeah.
There.
All right. All right.
But yeah,
Is that all we have to say for episode 6?
all I can say for it,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, me too. All right.
so
Uh,
what's next then?
I
What's next
think
for the show?
I think it would be the Ellie DLC, not even like the main story.
Then it's titled Left Behind.
That is the
Yeah.
Ellie DLC. It's called Last of Us Left Behind. That's what the
Oh,
DLC
there you
is
go. We're
called.
doing the
Oh.
DLC.
We're doing the DLC.
Tell
Damn.
tell me what this is. What is the
The
Ellie
DLC
DLC? Is it a
explores
prequel?
Ellie. No, it explores
Oh.
like the game will take place in her perspective, basically in the game, right? So chances are next episode is purely Ellie's perspective.
It's Ellie
Because
centric,
Joel,
I guess.
yeah, Ellie
Wait,
centric,
so-
because Joel is wounded. Obviously, you saw what happened to him.
Yeah.
And she's taking care of Joel basically, but at the same time she'll be like encountering other people, and she'll be like also reminiscing through like her memories as well, because there's like she has like quite the backstory to her I've seen before. Yeah,
Okay. Who is Riley Abel?
that's I think Ellie's friend that she met like a long time ago.
Okay.
Well, not to go into spoiler territory, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's more
Because
to it.
I on the HBO Max one, like you guys already know, I mentioned this there. They have the cast discussion and everything, right? And they also have a short trailer for the upcoming episode. And one of the characters that they mentioned in the trailer was Riley Abel. So it was like, okay, what is it? It looked like she's a friend of Ellie, but I'm not sure. And there's like a whole carnival sequence in a mall or whatever in high school. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. So that's why I thought it was a prequel kind of thing.
Mm.
But interesting.
Yeah. So we still have what 3 more episodes left
3 more
for
episodes, yeah.
The Last of Us. Yeah, 9 episodes in total. So yeah, we'll see. It's coming to an end. But
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah. All right. I can't wait for episode 7. We'll see this Ellie focus episode. I guess that's what expected. I suppose.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's about it for this week's episode. Yeah, cover some weekly watches, news, and the discussion for the spoiler discussion. Yeah. All right. Let's plug it up. I guess now. Abe, go ahead.
You can find me on Instagram at Ariq Andria. You can find me on Letterbox at Ricky Doo.
Teguh.
You can find me on Instagram at TG23399 and on Twitter at Tegidu.
Nice. And you guys can find me, Kelvin, on Instagram at KYA77 and Disco Monkey on Letterboxd and YouTube. Albert.
Find me everywhere on the social media. It's at JA Wiradharma. That's JAWIRADHARMA. I'm that everywhere pretty much. So go find me there. And also find the Councilmen Show at Councilmen Show in the social media, either Letterboxd, Instagram, Twitter. Find us there. You can send us an email at councilmenshow@gmail.com if you please. If you want to send us something interesting, I don't know what people send email for. If you want to say hi via email, go ahead.
Sure,
If you have
via
a-
email.
Hi.
If you have a business inquiry,
If you have a
Yes.
business inquiry,
yeah.
send an
100%.
email.
Just
Yeah,
email.
our email is open right there. But yeah, you can also, once again, you can watch us live on the Councilman YouTube channel every Saturday morning Eastern time or Saturday night Indonesia, Japan time, wherever you are. So go find, just subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that you know when we're going live. So that's like the easiest thing to do. Just click that one button. You know what? Actually, I'll wait right now. No, just click it. It's probably gonna take you like 3 seconds. Yeah, just
But
scroll down
what
a
if
little
you're
bit.
driving?
Click the.
Not while driving.
Pull over, and then click.
Pull-
All right, good.
pull
All right,
over.
subscribe. Good. Don't forget to leave a like on the live stream as well. And yeah, you can find us everywhere in the podcast feed as well. It's the Councilmen, so it's the same thing everywhere. So make sure to find us there. And yeah, that is
All
that.
right. Yeah, and I guess with that, the councilman has spoken, and we'll see you in the next episode, the 200th episode. Yep.
Cheers.